It's the Pizza Hut pregame show. Pizza Hut, where you can get 2 medium any way you wanted pizzas, up to 3 toppings or specialty, 10 breadsticks, and a 2-liter for only $19.99. Available only in Metropolitan Wichita. What a deal!
Good evening, everyone. From Lawrence Dumont Stadium in Wichita, Kansas, this is the 2003 edition of the Texas League All-Star Game. I'm Rick Page, and with me is Brian Goldberg. And tonight, in the Texas League All-Star Game, it's the East Division All-Stars versus the West Division All-Stars. And it should be a terrific ball game. It looks like the West has the power and the speed and maybe the offense, as the top 3 teams in the Texas League in the first half in runs scored all were from the West. On the other hand, it may just be that the pitching is with the East in the first division, the first half season of the Texas League, as 4 out of the top 5 teams in earned run average in the Texas League were all from the East. So we'll have to see how things work out in tonight's game. Our special guest on the Pizza Hut pregame show for the 2003 Texas League All-Star Game is the manager of the East Division, manager of the Wichita Wranglers, Keith Bodie. And we'll be back with the interview with Keith Bodie after these messages. You're listening to the Pizza Hut pregame show before the 2003 edition of the Texas League All-Star Game, right on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
You only graduate from high school once, and if you're a high school junior, you owe it to yourself to give Stevens Photography the opportunity to give your senior portrait a little extra excitement. Call them to set up an appointment this summer for your senior portraits for next year. Stevens Photography will do their best to produce portraits that will bring you years of joy and memories. Call Stevens Photography in Wichita at 744-0900 or check out the website at stevensphotography.com. That's Stevens with a P. H.
Stop. Before you dig, call 1-800-DIG-SAFE. That's 1-800-344-7233. Buried electric, telephone, and cable lines, gas, oil, and chemical pipelines, and water and sewer lines can be damaged, and so can you. Call 1-800-DIG-SAFE 2 full working days before you begin any excavation. It's fast, it's free, and it's the law. Call 1-800-DIG-SAFE.
Welcome back to the Pizza Hut pregame show. This is Rick Page with the manager for the East Divisional All-Star squad for tonight's 2003 All-Star Game, Keith Bodie. First, Keith, thanks for being on the show today.
Always a pleasure, Rick. A little different circumstances, but as always, a pleasure.
Well, how does it feel to be the manager of the East Division All-Stars for tonight's game?
Oh, it's a dubious honor, I guess, when you finish last and you're an All-Star manager. I guess you got to look to get tossed in the mouth and figure out why you were chosen. But it's an honor, regardless of the circumstances that you're chosen. We are a host city, so it's an honor to represent our ball club here at the All-Star Game.
Well, of course, you have been in the playoffs 3 years in a row here in the West, and last year had a good playoff squad, so I think it's a deserving honor. You've managed against East Division stars like Ryan Buddy and Sheen Wei Sao and Brad Hopp. What's it going to be like now to be able to have players like that on your squad and be managing them?
Well, you don't have to stand in the dugout and hope they don't hurt you. Now I'll be in the coach's box hoping that they get ahead. So it's a little different, and it's a nice change. These things are all about fun. It's all about recognition. It's all about the culmination of a good season thus far and hard work. And these guys should be very proud and honored that they have been selected and voted onto an All-Star team. Any All-Star team at any level of baseball is certainly an honor.
Well, looking at the West squad, they have the top 3 home run hitters. They get the top 2 stolen base leaders. When you look at your squad, the East squad, what would you say your strengths are of the ball club you've got?
Well, we got some pretty good hitting, I think up and down the lineup. I'd like to run that team out there for 140 days out of the year. We've got some guys, on the mound. We got some pretty good pitching too. I think it's going to be a good matchup. And I think I tell you the truth, I think it's going to be decided by the bats today. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
This is Rick Page with the manager of the East Division All-Stars for tonight's 2003 All-Star Game, Keith Bodie. Keith, in a game like that, you said this is like managing for fun. On the other hand, I imagine there's still always that instinct that each team wants to win. When you manage a game like this, what kind of managing style will you be using?
I'm not sure I said it's managing for fun as much as it's playing for fun. Managing this game, you manage every game to win. We're going to try to win this ball game. I just hope that they take it out of my hands. And by doing that, you score a lot of runs early, and you don't have to manage. So that's what my goal is tonight, not to manage. But if I have to, then I just made sure that we had some simple signs, and we're all on the same page, and hopefully we do some of the little things late in the game that might win a game like this. But, games like this, you expect these guys to go out there and show their skills and play nice and loose and not put a whole big deal or emphasis on winning and losing the game. But, baseball's a funny thing. As long as you got to play a game, you might as well try to win it. So that's what I told them, and I think that's what we're going to try to do tonight.
Jimmy Gobble, who pitches for you, the Wichita Wranglers, is going to get the ball to start things off. And certainly he's pitched terrific baseball in the first half of the season to earn that honor. And have you made up your mind as to your rotation or how many innings he's going to go and what your plans are as far as the pitching is concerned?
Gobble will go 1, and then from there on out, LC's got our pitching coach is going to handle the pitching, but everybody's going to get a chance to pitch. Tamayo being their third or fourth pitcher out of the chute. But it depends on how much these guys have pitched in the last couple of days and how they're expected to be used in the next couple of days determines on how much we pitch them tonight. I guess we open up with Frisco, so we're going to try to use all their pitchers tonight, as many innings as we can, and blow them out.
That's a great idea, Keith. Thanks very much, Keith, for being on the Pizza Hut pregame show before tonight's All-Star game.
Always a pleasure, Rick, and I hope everyone enjoys the night. It's going to be power-packed with a lot of fun.
Keith Brody, the manager of the East Division All-Stars on the Pizza Hut pregame show. You're listening to the 2003 Texas League All-Star Game on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
The best way to get away from it all is to actually get away, and the Coleman Company, with over a 100-year tradition of camping equipment, makes and sells products for the outdoors, whether that be backpacking or grilling in the backyard. The latest and oldest Coleman products are under one roof at the Coleman Factory Outlet and Museum. It has a full line of Coleman products and over 100 years of Coleman products in history. They even repair Coleman burning appliances. The Coleman Factory Outlet and Museum, 235 North St. Francis in Wichita, open Monday through Friday 9 to 6 and Saturday 9 to 1.
Wranglers Baseball is back. If your transportation to the game needs an upgrade, call the folks at Credit Specialists Auto Group. Even if your credit is a little or even a lot less than perfect, they can help. At Credit Specialists, you are approved. Visit one of their 3 locations, 3805 South Broadway and 221 East 13th in Wichita, and their new location at East 4th Avenue in Hutchinson. Or browse their inventory by clicking their link at www.wichitawranglers.com. Credit Specialists, with low down payments and easy financing terms, you will still have cash for grub at the game.
Rick Page with Brian Goldberg back at Lawrence Newmont Stadium in Wichita, Kansas, before the 2003 edition of the Texas League All-Star Game. Right now, both teams on the field here at Lawrence Newmont Stadium. Down the right field side, the East Division, wearing their red jerseys with blue sleeves, white pants, and down the left field side, the East Division Stars with dark blue jerseys with red sleeves, and that's pretty much the difference. And they also have their white pants on for this evening's game. So right now we have a beautiful sky overhead at Lawrence Newmont Stadium. Some clouds overhead, but not that much. Off to our west, where usually the clouds do come from, it is clouding up a little bit, but we don't anticipate any precipitation for tonight's game. What we do anticipate is a pretty balanced and a pretty fun game, as the two leagues in the first half of the season were pretty balanced. The West won 140 games, the East 138, so that's pretty balanced. On the other hand, you look at it, Brian, and you look at the West squad that's here, and the top 3 sluggers in the first half of the season, A.J. Zapp, Dan Johnson, and Craig Ansman, are all here in this game.
Well, of course, that is a lot of fun to see. A lot of the fans here got to see him yesterday in the home run hitting contest. And even though this is not the same hitter's park as it was the last time the Texas League All-Star Game was here in 1993, they still might be able to take it out of any park. Even with the wind blowing in yesterday, looks like it might be doing the same thing today. We still might see some balls out of the yard, but certainly don't discount the Eastern sluggers as well. Lance Nix, Brad Hopp are very, very good left-handed hitters. And, of course, everybody will be pulling for Byron Geddes, batting fourth for the hometown Wichita Wranglers.
On the other hand, top pitchers here in this game, Jimmy Gobble is pitching. He's going to get the ball to start in the game. He was 8th in the Texas League and earned run average in the first half. Also here, A.J. Murray, who was ranked 6th in ERA. Billy Stokely ranked 5th. And Shinwei Sao ranked 2nd. So 4 of the top 6 pitchers in ERA that are in this game are from the East. So maybe the East has an advantage as far as the pitching is concerned.
But again, it is a situation where a lot of guys are going to be coming out of the bullpen, situations that they're not used to. Don't expect these starters to go much more than 2 innings. Of course, there are some experienced guys out of the bullpen that could help either club, even guys that have had experience in All-Star games before. But I think Keith Bodie made a very good point. The manager of the East said it'll be decided with the bats. These guys have all seen these pitchers before. They are very, very talented hitters from top to bottom on both of these teams. They could definitely make Major League teams, a lot of these guys, in a couple of years, and it'll just be interesting to see what they do against some of the best pitchers in the league, but pitchers they've seen before.
One thing is, although Jimmy Gobble, according to Keith Bodie, is only going to pitch 1 inning, Jimmy, he had a pretty tough June. So far, although his April, he was the player of the month in April in the Texas League, his earned run average in June was only a 4.58. On the other hand, the starter for the West, Rhett Johnson, his April wasn't as good as he would have liked, but his May has earned an average 2.21, and his earned run average in June down to 1.50. So Rhett Johnson is really hot.
Well, that is true, and he is a great pitcher on the road. He is 5-0 away from Wolf Stadium in San Antonio, so he likes pitching on the road. Jimmy Gobble, of course, is a very good pitcher at home, where his ERA is just over 2.5. But again, these guys will be there at the start. They'll be there for all the pomp and circumstance at the beginning, the opening pitches of this game. But this will really have about 7 or 8 pitchers in. All the players are going to get in. That's probably going to be the toughest job that the 2 managers have today. Dave Brundage, of course, of San Antonio, managing the West. He has a lot of his own players, 9 from San Antonio, and he, like Keith Bodie, will just be worried about getting everybody in and also trying to win the game.
One thing, we look at these players, we saw them yesterday at the Fan Fest, we see them here at batting practice, and it should be an exciting 2003 Texas League All-Star game, and that is coming right up as you are listening to 2003 edition of the Texas League All-Star game on Oldies 93.5 KWME. As that is it for our Pizza Hut pregame show.
And that's the Pizza Hut pregame show. Pizza Hut, where you can get 2 medium any way you wanted pizzas, up to 3 toppings or specially 10 breadsticks and a 2-liter for only $19.99. Available only in metropolitan Wichita. What a deal!
You want your health insurance to provide relief. Claims handled quickly and accurately by a top-ranked customer service staff who puts your health needs first. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas provides relief, offering Kansans easy access to high-quality health care from the state's most trusted health insurance provider. Receive relief from health-related anxiety when you're covered with Blue. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas. It's what you want when you need it. An independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Every day when Jeff opens his garage, he is mindful of how much trust people put in him. So he takes as much care with a customer's car as he does with his own wife's car. He calls each customer to make sure they're satisfied with the work, and the coffee in his waiting room is actually good. For all these reasons and more, we are happy that Jeff insists on selling our parts. We're AC Delco, when the right way is the only way.
Hear that Wrangler thunder. Feel that Wrangler beat. Wichita Wranglers baseball.
Wichita Wranglers Baseball is on the air on Oldies 93.5. Wranglers Baseball is brought to you in part by S.J. Prill Financial and Investment Planning, Total Printing Solutions, Kellogg Buck Furniture, Heart Springs, Little Joe's Car Washes, Squeaks Daylight Donuts, AC Delco, the Greater Wichita Area Sports Commission, Wildwood Cellars Winery and Gifts, Smart Security and Investigations Incorporated, Bright Lake Tobacconists, Heartland Research Associates LLC, and Associated Lumber and Supply Incorporated. Stay tuned for Rick Page and Brian Goldberg with Wichita Wranglers Baseball on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
Wichita Wranglers baseball. Stampede, stampede, stampede.
Welcome back to Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Brian Goldberg and Rick Page, so happy that you've joined us for the Texas League All-Star Game, the 2003 edition. Last year's game, of course, was played in Round Rock, Texas. That was much like the last All-Star Game that was played in the Texas League right here in Wichita. It ended in a 3-3 tie. Hopefully we will have a winner in today's ball game. There have definitely been a lot of Texas League All-Star great moments, great players, and of course some very interesting things that have happened right here on this field with even some of these players, and we'll definitely keep you up to date on that as this game goes on, and of course all the festivities tied to it. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the 2003 Texas League All-Star Game, which are brought to you tonight by AC Delco. Leading off for the Texas League West, they are the visiting team in this ball game, is San Antonio's Mike Curry. He is the center fielder. Batting second is Round Rock's Chris Burke in the number 2 spot. Midland's Dan Johnson will clean up. Batting third, he is the designated hitter. And cleaning up will be Craig Ansman, the catcher. He is from El Paso. San Antonio's A.J. Zapp, the home run hitting leader in this league, bats fifth at first base. Justin Leone, his teammate with the Missions, bats sixth at third. Anthony Acevedo of Round Rock bats ninth and will be in right field and will bat in the 7th position. Jose Lopez, another one of the 9 San Antonio Missions on this team. He is the shortstop batting 8th. And Midland Steve Stanley is in left field batting 9th, all in support of Rhett Johnson, the man from South Carolina, starting things. He is one of the great pitchers on the San Antonio Missions this year. Let's take a look at how the Texas League East will come in. They are the home squad in this game. Ramon Navarre of the Frisco Rough Riders leads off. He is at second base. Hitting second is a Texas League All-Star participant of the past, back here in 2003. Started the season with the Arkansas Travelers, but has now been a big help to the Wichita Wranglers. That's Oscar Salazar. He bats second and will be the designated hitter. Frisco's Lance Nix bats third. He is in center field. Boy, did he collect a lot of awards last year when he was the best single-A player in all of professional baseball. Byron Geddes bats in the cleanup spot, though. Wichita Wrangler, amongst the league leaders in so many categories, bats fourth and will be in right field. Brad Hopp of the Tulsa Drillers bats fifth and will be in left field. Marshall McDougall, he played in this game last year for the Midland Rockhounds. Now he's a member of the Frisco Rough Riders. He'll bat in the 6th position and be the shortstop. Arkansas's Ryan Buddy, who loves to hit at Lawrence Dumont Stadium, where we'll be playing this game tonight, bats 7th and will do the catching. Corey Hart, who is probably the all-star player who is closest to growing up around this area. He's from Oklahoma City, has a bunch of people here in attendance just a few hours south of here. He is batting 8th and will be at first base. And Justin Gamal, just like Hart of the Wichita Wranglers, bats 9th and will be at third base. All in support of Jimmy Gobble, a player whose year last year was cut short in the Texas League because of injury, was only able to pitch 13 games, has come back very strong in this league this year, and is one of the best pitchers in this entire league. He leads the Texas League East in victories and is second in the entire Texas League with his 8 wins this season. And definitely one of the big prospects in professional baseball, a man who made the all-team team just a couple of years ago when he was only 19 years of age. People have been watching him for a long time in the Kansas City Royals organization. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by AC Delco, when the right way is the only way. Visit your local AC Delco dealer at Reeves & Son, 1114 West 9th Street in Winfield, Kansas. We are just about ready to start all the festivities that come up before a Texas League All-Star game, and to tell us more about that, I give you the voice of the Wichita Wranglers. Here's Rick Page.
Thank you very much, Brian. Just a beautiful setting for the Texas League All-Star Game here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. They have the bunting out, and we've just got gorgeous weather here. 84 degrees, just a beautiful evening, and blue skies overhead. Some youngsters already on the field, lining up in the third base side as the Texas League All-Stars soon to be announced, the East Division and the West. And it should be one of those ball games where you just have everything. The top pitchers in the league, of course, and the top home run hitters, the base stealers. They have it all for this evening's ball game. Things pretty balanced between the two leagues, two divisions for this season, with the West winning 140 games, the East winning 138. So the talk of dominance in the West really didn't show up. If there was any dominance, it was the teams themselves. The San Antonio Missions really just had a terrific first half, winning 47 games and losing 22 in the first half of the season. Right now, the West Division squad being announced, and they are lining up on the first base line, and soon the East to be announced. But the San Antonio Missions won the championship in the first half in the West by 9.5 games over the El Paso Diablos. Things were tighter on the East side, but not a lot tighter. The Frisco Rough Riders, off to a really tough start, finished strong in the first half, winning 40 games and losing 30, finishing still 5 games ahead of the Tulsa Drillers, who had a 500 record, and then Arkansas and Wichita rounding things out. So, nonetheless, pretty balanced between these two leagues. But the best of the players selected and coming into this ball game. The Missions with 9 selections for the squad, and for the Wranglers they had 7 selections. So despite the fact that they were in last place in the East Division, in the first half they had 7 selections. So Wichita with quite a contingency before the hometown fans here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. The umpires for this evening's game, behind home plate, will be Todd Tishner. Over at first base is Ray Gregson. At second base, with 4 umpires for the All-Star game. Usually they do go with 3 in the Texas League, but for the All-Star game, going with 4 umpires. And at third base is Hitoshi Uchikawa. So the West Division team continues to be introduced and line up on the first base side. Now they have announced the manager, Dave Brundage. San Antonio Missions are off to a terrific start, and he really has to be lauded for his effort, winning the championship last year in the 2002 season, and coming right back with almost an entirely new squad and winning the first half season in the West. And now the East Division to be announced on the first base side. So it should be quite a ball game coming up in this for this evening's contest. And Brian, again, you look at it and you look at the way the West scored runs in the first half of the season. San Antonio leading in runs scored with 398, and then Midland in second with 394 runs scored. El Paso with 375. So as far as scoring runs, they do seem to have the advantage over the East.
Well, and they certainly have the biggest bats and a very, very loud group of players that are able to hit very, very well for each one of these teams. But again, all-star games are a funny thing. You never know what to do when you get some of the best players together. It's like any team. You couldn't play with a team full of all-stars. You always need some players to fill in some roles, but a game like this is always fun to watch because you know you had the best talent in this league all on one field, and you just want to sit back and enjoy all these talented players and see what they come up with. Usually good pitching does beat good hitting, but again, none of these guys are a surprise, much like in the Major League All-Star game until the last couple of years, of course, before interleague play. Those guys didn't know each other. These guys, of course, are very familiar. Some of them have played together in college and, of course, have seen each other playing this year and in lower levels of baseball as well. So they have definitely gotten very familiar with them. The question is, who's going to have the advantage?
And players that play in this ball game, it's interesting that only looking at the players who played in last year's ball game, one of them who was playing in this game for sure, Marshall McDougall, played last year. He was 1 for 5, but pretty much it's just about a complete turnover in All-Star games from last year to this year.
Well, he certainly had a very, very strange year. He was also honored with getting a chance to play in the last AA All-Star game as well that really matched up the best AA players from the other 2 AA divisions, which, of course, are the Eastern League and, of course, the Southern League, and he was the MVP of that entire game. So, again, you are dealing with a very dangerous player, not putting up the exact same numbers he did last year, but a very, very dangerous man. And, of course, Spike Lundberg of the Eastern squad has played in the Texas League All-Star Game and on the highest level of All-Star Game, too, as well, which unfortunately won't be around this year.
They continue to announce the East Division All-Stars. A.J. Murray just being announced. And he is taking his position on the third baseline, A.J. Murray, one of the pitchers for the East Division squad. And Titus Meadows being announced, Wichita Wrangler, who just did a terrific job in the first half, knocking in runs. And now the coach is being announced, but Texas League has to be very, very pleased with the way things have gone in this season. You've got new stadiums in the league. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of good competition, and they have to be happy with the way the attendance has come out in the first half. Not more than a month ago, there was a report that showed that the Texas League was leading all of the minor leagues in average attendance. And so far, the Texas League leads in the increase of fans, as overall the minor leagues have increased in fans. The Texas League has increased in fans by almost 250,000, 31.2%. So right now we are going to have our national anthem for tonight's game. Young woman, Gina Camarilla, to sing our national anthem before the 2003 All-Star Game.
ROTC as they make their way down the first base line.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets from the land of mercy gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Fine rendition of our national anthem by Gina Camarilla. And fireworks. We're not under siege here. Fireworks going off before tonight's game. And now they're waiting for the color guard to move off the field beyond first base and head over toward the Hardball Cafe, which is down the right field side here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. And now both of the teams heading into their dugouts as we're just about to get underway in the 2003 edition of the All-Star Game. And again, I was mentioning just how pleased the Texas League has to be, Brian, with the increase in fans that they are seeing in the Texas League. Certainly it has to do with last year with the new stadium down there in Midland, First American Bank Ballpark, and how well things went last year and are going this year down there, and also with the addition of the new franchise, the Frisco Rough Riders in Frisco, Texas, and their just incredible attendance in the first half of the season.
I think that is very true. The Texas League is probably at the strongest point it's been maybe in its existence. It's been a very transient league, of course, of the past. We have had teams that have been coming in and out of the league for years, including Shreveport, which, of course, was a fine member for years, but has now been replaced by Frisco, who, again, just like Round Rock was a couple of years ago, is the talk of minor league baseball. The Texas League had the #1 new ballpark in all of minor league baseball last year, the Midland Rockhounds facility that we just came from, First American Bank Ballpark, which, of course, is a showcase in itself. And Frisco, a very, very unique park, and a lot of people around the Dallas area enjoying that. And it's so good to have Texas League baseball right around the corner, of course, from one of America's major cities, Dallas. And, of course, they are getting the fan response from there. And the Texas League has the best per average of any of the leagues in professional baseball. And it's very nice to see. A lot of great things happening in this league. And just expect more as the years go on. And, again, this is really a showcase of that, the players and what they're able to do right here before this crowd in Wichita, of course, one of the more old and historic places in professional and amateur baseball as well.
What a great opportunity for these fans to see young players who have a good shot in making up to the major leagues. I mean, we know just ourselves last year watching the Wichita Wranglers and broadcasting them, 21 of the players who played with the Wranglers last year either had or got major league experience. So when you go out to watch Texas League baseball, you have a great opportunity of going and watching players who are very good likelihood there's going to be players on that field that's going to be playing in the major leagues. And what an opportunity tonight to see future major leaguers.
Yeah, the question is, last year the Texas League, of course, made a big splash in the World Series with so many Anaheim Angels coming from the Arkansas Travelers. We saw Francisco Rodriguez right here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. The next thing you knew, he was pitching the biggest games that you can as a baseball player in the World Series against the San Francisco Giants. Question is, we don't know who that guy is going to be this year, but there are guys on this field that are going to be great contributors as Major League ball players. And you could say that you saw them first right here in the Texas League All-Star Game with, again, a bunch of other great players in this league as well.
Saw some of them yesterday as they participated in the Fan Fest here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. A.J. Zapp, the winner of the home run contest over the Wranglers' Byron Geddes. A.J. Zapp from the San Antonio Missions, cranking 3 out of the ballpark in the finals. And just what an incredibly powerful stroke he had. The wind was blowing in from right field, so A.J. Zapp crossed him up a little bit. He was popping him out in left center and left field. And Byron Geddes went for the tie and close as he smacked one that just missed being a home run late in his final edition. And so it was a terrific home run contest yesterday. And also a very unique couple of programs for catchers and also a relay contest. So a lot of fun yesterday at the Fan Fest. We're just about to get underway. Jimmy Gobble has completed his tosses. Standing in for the West Division All-Stars is center fielder Mike Curry from the left side from the San Antonio Missions. Mike Curry with 29 stolen bases in the first half of the season and only caught 5 times, an incredible percentage. He's 5'10", listed at 190 pounds, and the first pitch from southpaw Jimmy Gobble is in for a strike. First pitch of the All-Star Game at 7:17. 7:17, game time temperature 83 degrees here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium in Wichita, Kansas. The 0-1, fouled out of play, third base side. No balls, 2 strikes to Curry. On the season, hitting at .272 with a home run and 33 RBIs. Mike Curry, just 26 years old. Makes his home in Jacksonville, Florida. He is the 0-2, and that's high and tight to him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mike Curry did actually play here in Wichita earlier in his minor league career. Here is the 1-2 from port side of Jimmy Gobble. Is wrapped by the dive of the shortstop into left field. So a base hit by the dive of Marshall McDougall of Frisco. He made a good effort. But on at first base with a lead-off single in the top of the first inning is Mike Curry. And that will bring up the second baseman, Chris Burke. Burke of the Round Rock Express, right-hand batter. On the season, hitting at .316 with a home run and 25 RBIs. Off first base is Curry with a good lead. Right off the bat, being held on by Corey Hart of the Wranglers. That pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Let's check the defense for the East. At third base of the Wichita Wranglers, Justin Gamal. The shortstop from the Frisco Rough Riders, Marshall McDougall. At second, Ramon Navarre, also of the Rough Riders. There goes the runner. The pitch is in for a strike. The throw on down the tag applied, and out at second base is Mike Quarry. A quick release by Mike Buddy, the catcher for the East Division Stars. Right on the money to second sacker Ramon Navarre of the Frisco Rough Riders to cut down Mike Curry.
And that's certainly not an easy thing to do. This man has stolen 81 bases in the Texas League in his career.
Here's the 1-1. That's lined into left field, but coming in to make the catch is the left fielder Brad Hopp of the Tulsa Drillers. So over at first base, Corey Hart. In left field, Brad Hopp. Center fielder Lance Nix. In right field of the Wichita Wranglers is Byron Geddes. Lance Nix, of course, with the Frisco Rough Riders. Catching Ryan Buddy of the Arkansas Travelers, who made that terrific throw. And pitching southpaw Jimmy Gobble of the Wranglers. The pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes to Dan Johnson, the designated hitter. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the first inning. Just underway. The 2003 edition of the Texas League All-Star Game. The West Division at the plate. They are the visiting team. The East, the host team. Because, of course, the Wichita Wranglers in the East Division. Here's the 1-0 to Dan Johnson. Breaking ball in for a strike. A sharp breaking ball from Jimmy Gobble. 1 ball, 1 strike. Curry led it off with a single. Then he was caught stealing. Then Chris Burke lined out to the left fielder. The pitch is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Line out to the left fielder from the Tulsa Drillers, Brad Hopp. And now it's Dan Johnson of the Midland Rockhounds standing in from the left side. Here's the 2-1. Popped up into shallow right field. Back goes the second baseman, Ramon Navarre. He's there. He makes the catch about 30 feet out on the grass behind the second base hole on the right side. That is it for Dan Johnson and the West Division All-Stars in the top of the first inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. The score at the end of 1/2 inning of play. The West Division All-Stars of the Texas League, nothing, and the East Division Stars coming up. You're listening to the 2003 edition of the Texas League All-Star Game on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
I can't even believe it. The other car, it just came out of nowhere.
Are you okay? Do you need an ambulance?
It all happened so fast.
It's okay. Someone will be right over to pick you up.
You don't know how much this means.
Everything's going to be all right.
Oh, thank you.
The response to Farmers' exclusive Help Point service has been remarkable. The moment the unexpected happens, we're here for you, 24/7. Farmers, get you back where you belong.
Your Farmers agents include Bill Cowsill, Dave Landing, Stan Childs, Lindsay Kutzinger, and Dave Wolf. The Kansas Air National Guard is looking for you to help defend our state and our nation. Join the Kansas Air National Guard and receive up to $42,000 towards college and a $5,000 signing bonus if you qualify. You can also earn valuable college-accredited training and a chance to see the world. All of this with only a commitment of 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year. Want to know more? Then call the 184th Air Refueling Wing at McConnell Air Force Base at 1-800-892-5264 for the Kansas Air National Guard.
This is Mary from Wildwood Cellars. We want to invite you all to come down and try all of our wines, jellies, and syrups. We have free tastings at both locations in Wichita and next to the Turnpike exit at Mulvane. We also have tours on Saturdays, and we give talks to groups. We are always delighted to have group tours come down and go through the facility. Come down and see us at Wildwood Cellars, located just west of the Turnpike exit at Mulvane, Kansas, and in the east end of the Eastgate Shopping Center. And if you want to give us a call, it's 554-WINE.
No score in the All-Star Game. Standing in for the East Division Stars, right-hand batter Ramon Navarre. Navarre leading the Texas League in batting at .356 with 3 home runs and 31 RBIs. Standing in against the right-hander Rhett Johnson of the San Antonio Missions. Here's the first pitch to Navarre, and that's way outside, about a foot outside. Gets by the catcher Craig Ansman and goes to the backstop. 1 ball, no strikes. Navarre, 5'10", listed at 170 pounds. Makes his home in the Dominican Republic in the offseason. Here's the 1-0. That is in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Navarre, just 23 years old. On deck, Oscar Salazar of the Wranglers. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, a big cut. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Navarre also leading the Texas League in hits with 94. Here is the 1-2 from Rhett Johnson. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Navarre is struck out by Johnson to start things off in the bottom of the first inning for the East Division squad. Rhett Johnson, the pitcher for the West, 6'2", listed at 210 pounds, just 23 years old. Makes his home in South Carolina in the offseason. Now it's Oscar Salazar, right-hand batter. Pitch is low and inside. Salazar, now with the Wichita Wranglers, started the season with the Arkansas Travelers. Both in the East Division of the Texas League. The 1-0. That is high. 2 balls, no strikes. Oscar Salazar hitting at .333 on the season with 6 home runs and 29 RBIs. Here's the 2-0. That's low and away. 3 balls, no strikes. Salazar, 5'11", listed at 178 pounds, just 24 years old. Here's the 3-0. That's a strike. Salazar, a native of Venezuela, still lives there in the offseason. Here's the 3-1. Outside, ball 4. So Oscar Salazar works a walk. He'll be down at first base with 1 out for Lance Nix, the left-handed hitting center fielder of the Frisco Rough Riders. Let's check the defense for the West Division Stars. At third base, Justin Leone of the San Antonio Missions. The shortstop, Jose Lopez, also of the Missions. Second baseman, Chris Burke of the Round Rock Express. At first base, A.J. Zapp of the Missions. The pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes to Lance Nix, who hit .301 in the first half with 11 home runs and 50 RBIs. Off first base is Salazar. Salazar just with 3 steals in the first half. The pitch. That's in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. In left field, it's Steve Stanley of the Midland Rockhounds. The center fielder, Mike Curry, also of the San Antonio Missions. And right field, Anthony Acevedo of the Round Rock Express. Catching is Craig Ansman of the El Paso Diablos. And Rhett Johnson of the Missions fires, and it's outside and low. Nick stands outside the left-hand batter's box. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to him. With 1 out, and on at first base is Oscar Salazar of the Wranglers. There's a set. The pitch. Line drive by the dive of the second baseman Burke into right field. Salazar to second. He'll hold there. Is on at first base with a single is Lance Nix. So the East Division All-Stars have a little bit of a rally going in the bottom of the first inning for the cleanup hitter from the Wichita Wranglers, Byron Geddes. Byron getting a good hand from the fans here at hometown Lawrence Dumont Stadium for the Wichita Wranglers. Lawrence Dumont Stadium has an artificial turf infield, other than the dirt around the bases and around the mound, and a natural grass outfield. The pitch is low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. It's .330 down each line and .400 to center field. To the power rallies in right and in left, it's .385. Runners off first and second with 1 out. The pitch, bouncing ball, shortstop side. Lopez with it. On the run, he'll throw to first and get Geddes. Moving over to third base on the ground ball is Salazar. Down to second base is Lance Nix. So it's 2 out. Geddes thrown out by Jose Lopez of the Missions. And it brings up the number 5 hitter, Brad Hopp, the left fielder from the Tulsa Drillers, the left-hand batter. So 2 outs, but runners in scoring position at second and third for the East Division All-Stars. Hopp in the first half hit at 294. The pitch. Line drive into left field, a base hit. That was for Salazar. Heading for the plate is Lance Nix. Here comes the throw. He slides in, and he is safe. As Greg Ansman tried to block the plate, but just getting the foot in there on the plate was Lance Nix. And the East Division Stars lead it by a score of 2-0.
A pretty good play by Steve Stanley in the outfield to get that ball back in so quickly and really give himself a chance to get Lance Nix at the plate, who is a very, very speedy runner. So again, you're seeing some all-star play, not just offensively, not just in the pitching department, but of course defensively as well.
On the throw, Hopp moved to second base. Here's the pitch to McDougal, a swing and a miss. No balls, 1 strike. McDougal, the shortstop for the East Division Stars. He plays with the Frisco Rough Riders, a right-hand batter. In the first half, he hit 241. Here's the pitch. Ground ball hit to short. Lopez has it right off the turf and throws to first in time to get Marshall McDougal by about a stride and a half. That is it for the East Division Stars in the bottom of the first inning. However, they plated 2 runs on 2 base hits. No errors and 1 man left on. The score at the end of 1 inning of play. The East Division Stars 2 and the West Division Stars nothing. You're listening to the Texas League All-Star Game, the 2003 edition on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
Stop. Before you dig, call 1-800-DIG-SAFE. That's 1-800-344-7233. Buried electric, telephone, and cable lines, gas, oil, and chemical pipelines, and water and sewer lines can be damaged, and so can you. Call 1-800-DIG-SAFE 2 full working days before you begin any excavation. It's fast, it's free, and it's the law. Call 1-800-DIG-SAFE.
For the best in electrical and contracting service in South Central Kansas, call on Bartlett Electric. Bartlett Electric is a hometown contractor, and they can handle a wide variety of projects, residential, commercial, or industrial. Mark Bartlett has been serving the Arkansas City and Winfield areas as a licensed contractor for 8 years. So for the best in quality work, call Bartlett Electric at 620-442-9058, 620-442-9058.
At Horton's Carpets, we carry any kind of floor covering imaginable. We carry cork floor, bamboo floor. We carry wall-to-wall carpet. And all of those floors are installed by our employee installers, and we back that installation as long as you live on it. Horton's Carpets East, Oliver and Pawnee, or Horton's Carpets West, Maple and Ridge.
New pitcher on for the East Division squad in the top of the second inning. It is Gene Wei Sao from the Tulsa Drillers, right-hand pitcher, as Jimmy Gombalou started for the Wranglers. From the Wranglers, went 1 inning, gave up just 1 hit. Did not surrender any runs, no walks, and did not strike out anybody. So now it's Gene Wei Sao. And the first batter he will face is Craig Ansman of the El Paso Diablos. Right-hand batter, hitting a .317 on the season with 15 home runs and 49 RBIs. Pitch from the right-hander Sao is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Sao with a record of 7-4 and a 2.30 ERA. The pitch, and that is outside. 2 balls, no strikes. His earned run average second in the Texas League. Hansman standing in from the right side. Here's the 2-0. That's fouled out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And of course, Sal, a very special pitcher and somebody we're very lucky to have in the Texas League as long as we do. He is in the Colorado Rockies chain. It was a wonderful bit of negotiating between a professor in Colorado that spoke Taiwanese and his parents that got him to the mainland.
The 2-1 is a drive to deep left center field by the catcher, and that ball is going to be off the scoreboard in left center field. A home run for Craig Ansman, the catcher of the West Division Stars, who blasted that one out of the ballpark where it's just about 390 feet and off the upper part of the scoreboard. So a long clout by Ansman.
And Craig Ansman was doing the same thing in batting practice today. He is just such a big, huge guy that he does not have to put a lot of effort into his swing from the right side of the plate. He looked like he was just putting the bat out there and hitting him off the new scoreboard in left center field, and that one was pretty close to hitting the electronic one.
Now it's A.J. Zapp, and he rips it foul down the first base line, heading down to the bullpen of the West Division Stars. So Craig Ansman's solo home run makes it a 2-1 ball game, with the East Division leading it in the top of the second inning. A.J. Zapp went on back to the dugout of the West Division Stars on the first base side and had to get a new bat.
So that just tells you how strong he is. If he is a man who can just foul off a ball like that and be able to break it in the middle of his bat, that's why he's been such an effective player. Was in the Braves chain before Seattle picked him up at the beginning of this year.
Pitch is popped foul out of play off to the third base side. No balls, 2 strikes. A.J. Zapp hitting at .291, but he leads the Texas League in home runs with 17, and he had 48 RBIs in the first half. 6'3", listed at 190 pounds. The 0-2. Foul right back this way. Just hit below me, about 2 to 3 feet down below the top of the window, the bottom of the window. Zapp won the home run contest in yesterday's Fan Fest, beating Byron Geddes of the Wranglers 3 home runs to 2. The pitch is down and in. Zapp of the San Antonio Missions. 2-1 the score, top of the second inning. Texas League All-Star game from Lawrence Dumont Stadium in Wichita. The pitch, a swing and a miss. Strike 3, so A.J. Zapp is struck out. 1 out, nobody on, and that brings up the third baseman of the West Division Stars from the San Antonio Missions, Justin Leone. Leone hit .317 in the first half, with 10 home runs and 54 RBIs. Want to mention that every home run hit in this ball game and through the Wranglers season is sponsored by Farmers Insurance. The pitch, and that's fouled out of play. No balls, 1 strike to Justin Leone. If the unexpected ever happens, remember, Farmers Insurance gets you back where you belong. So every home run will be a Farmers Insurance, and so that home run by Craig Ansman, sponsored by Farmers Insurance. No balls, 1 strike to Justin Leone, the third baseman. Pitch line down the left field line, a base hit. Over to grab it is Brad Hopp around first base, and putting on the brakes about 1/3 of the way to second base is Justin Leone. So he has a 1-out single with 1 run in, and now it's Anthony Acevedo of the Round Rock Express, the right fielder.
And just 2 years ago, Leone, who looked like he was going to be able to get a double on that ball that went over the head of the East third baseman Justin Gamal, in 2001, he had more home run power than double power, hit more balls out of the park than in the gap. An incredible hitter.
The pitch is in for a strike to Anthony Acevedo. Acevedo hit .319 in the first half with 5 home runs and 30 RBIs. Off first base is Leone, being held on by Corey Hart of the Wranglers. The pitch fouled on the ground, first base side. No balls, 2 strikes. Acevedo, 6'5", listed at 200 pounds, just 25 years old. Native of the state of California. Went to Fresno State College. Off first base is Leone with 1 out. The pitch. That's low and away from Sheen Way South. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The East Division Stars leading it 2-1. The pitch. It's a looping liner into shallow center field. Out goes Navarre. He grabs it and he throws to second. No opportunity for the second baseman or the shortstop, Marshall McDougall, to try to double off the runner Leone. But a terrific running guess in shallow center field by the second baseman, Ramon Navarre.
And he is a man who has moved around and played a lot of positions this year. Actually started off the season for the Frisco Rough Riders as a shortstop, with Marshall McDougall playing at shortstop. Those two men have essentially switched sides, and that helps switch Frisco's fortunes. They are the first half champs in the Texas League East, partially because of that move.
The pitch is swung on and missed by the number 8 hitter, Jose Lopez, the shortstop from the San Antonio Missions. 2 outs. On at first base is Justin Leone. Gene Weisau fires, and that's swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes by Lopez. Lopez makes his home in Venezuela in the offseason. 6'2", listed at 190 pounds. He hit .275 in the first half. Off first, Leone. He doesn't go. The pitch is waved at. No, not a very good swing there by Lopez. And he just foul-tipped it into the mitt for a strikeout, and that is it for the West Division Stars in the top of the second inning. However, they did get a run on 2 hits. The big one, the solo home run by Craig Ansman of the El Paso Diablos. No errors and 1 man left. The score at the end of an inning and a half, the East Division Stars 2 and the West Division Stars 1. You're listening to the 2003 edition of the Texas League All-Star Game on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
Some things in life just don't fit. Wives and fishing trips, vegetarians and pig roasts, rodeo bulls named Fluffy. But there is one thing that always fits: Wrangler Cowboy Cut Jeans for Men. Available in original fit, Wrangler Cowboy Cut Jeans are the official jeans of the PRCA. Find Wrangler Cowboy Cut Jeans at Orchland Farm and Home, an official PRCA dealer. Wrangler, for the cowboy in you.
Where you get your car fixed reflects on you. People who take their vehicle to an independent service center that installs AC Delco automotive parts are highly intelligent. Oh yes, AC Delco parts meet the highest standards in the industry for just about every vehicle. So get your car taken care of the right way the first time. Go to an independent service center that installs AC Delco parts. If you don't, we'd like to say it reflects well on you, but that would violate the truth in advertising laws. AC Delco, when the right way is the only way.
I can't even believe it. The other car, it just came out of nowhere.
Are you okay? Do you need an ambulance?
It all happened so fast.
It's okay. Someone will be right over to pick you up.
You don't know how much this means.
Everything's going to be all right.
Oh, thank you.
The response to Farmers' exclusive Help Point service has been remarkable. The moment the unexpected happens, we're here for you 24/7. Farmers, get you back where you belong.
Talk to Joe Voss, Doug Desbean, Ted Daly, Oliver Burton, or Tom Nelson.
The first pitch of the bottom of the second inning is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. To the catcher for the East Division squad, Ryan Buddy from the Arkansas Travelers. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Buddy, 5'11", listed at 200 pounds. Hitting at .243 with 9 home runs and 29 RBIs. Here's the 1-1. That is low. 2 balls, 1 strike. After the game, listen for the hometown hero of the game, sponsored by Hometown Buffet. Here's the 2-1. Tapper, first base side, grabbed by the pitcher, and nice easy play by Red Johnson as he just flipped over to first base to get the out on Ryan Buddy. So Buddy, just a gentle little nubber back to the mound, and just bit off to the right side, and the pitcher, Red Johnson, able to throw it over to first to get the out. So 1 out for the East Division Stars, and it brings up the number 8 hitter, Corey Hart. Hart with the Wichita Wranglers. Had a good half. The utility player for the East. And the pitch. And that's outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Corey Hart in the first half hit .318. Playing at first base in the All-Star game. Here's the 1-0. Drive to right field deep. Heading back is Acevedo. He slows up, reaches up, And the big 6'5" right fielder, with a glove on the right hand, that height helped out on that. He was able to squeeze it. So Corey Hart hit it well, but it was caught by Acevedo of the West Division Stars in deep right field. That is 2 outs, and it brings up the number 9 hitter, Justin Gamal. I mentioned Hometown Hero sponsors our hero of the game. Hometown Hero with a wide variety of dishes for different tastes and ages, located at 6820 West Central and 6160 East Central in Wichita. The first pitch to Justin Gamal, it swung on and missed. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch from Johnson is in for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Gamal bats from the right side. Third baseman for the Wichita Wranglers. He hit .261 in the first half. The 0-2. Jack swing. Did he go too far? Yes, he did, said home plate umpire Todd Titchener. That is it for Justin Gamal and for the East Division Stars in the bottom of the second inning. 3 up, 3 down, and the score at the end of 2, the East Division 2 and the West Division 1. You're listening to the 2003 edition of the Texas League All-Star Game on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
In 1928, Amelia Earhart was flying around the world. In 1929, Wall Street was having its troubles, and Kellogg Buck Furniture was just starting a family tradition in Wichita. At Kellogg Buck, you'll find sofas from $5.99 and queen-size mattresses and box springs from $2.74. Many furniture stores make empty promises, but Kellogg Buck Furniture delivers. Kellogg Buck Furniture at 924 West Douglas. Quality furniture at very low prices. Simply the best since 1929.
When you go to a car wash, you want it to work, get your car clean, and be fairly priced, and get help if you need it. That's the way they try to do business at Little Joe's Car Washes at 119 South West Street, 8705 West Fraser, and West 21st. The owner's been working with car wash equipment since 1980, and it's his only business. Plus, there's an attendant on hand from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. 7 days a week. Little Joe's Car Washes, just $5 for a double wash and wax. At 119 South West Street, 8705 West Fraser, and West 21st. There's something for everyone at Bright Leaf Tobacconists, located in Town East and Town West Square in Wichita. Bright Leaf has a wide array of goodies for guys and gals, including the best selection of Zippo lighters in Kansas. You can also find the perfect wedding gift, as well as a great assortment of domino and chess sets. Where can you find classic candles made right in Valley Center? At Bright Leaf Tobacconists, Town East and Town West in Wichita.
First pitch at the top of the third inning is a ball from Chinwei Sao to Steve Stanley, the left fielder of the West Division Stars. 2-1, the East leading it. The pitch. He tries to bunt. Third base side. It's a good one. Backhanded by Sao. He throws to first. Out! Just did nip Steve Stanley. He's got terrific speed. He made a good bunt down the third baseline. But what a great play by Chinwei Sao. As he grabbed that ball and falling away just snapped a hard throw to first base. A terrific play by Sal to get Steve Stanley, the speedster from the Midland Rockhounds, on a bunt up the third base side and a good one. Brings up Mike Curry, the leadoff hitter. Curry singled his first time up. Curry from the San Antonio Missions. Pitch from Sal is a strike on the outside edge. Sal looking into his catcher Ryan Buddy to get the sign, and he kicks way high and fires it low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sal, the right-hander, 6'2", listed at 170 pounds. Born and still lives in Taiwan. The 1-1, waved at and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sal with a record of 7-4 and a 2.30 ERA for the Tulsa Drillers in the first half. He had 13 starts. The pitch, that bounces in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. His 88 strikeouts and 78 in a third innings led the Texas League in strikeouts. Number 2 prospect in the Colorado Rockies organization. The pitch to the left-hand batter Curry is inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Sal came in to replace Jimmy Gobble in the second inning and gave up the long home run off the scoreboard in left center to Craig Ansman of the El Paso Diablos. Here's the 3-2. That's strike three call. Good fastball up and in to Mike Curry. That is the third strikeout from Sal as he caught Curry looking. And you can see in just the inning and two-thirds that Sal has been pitching why he is so successful. He has a terrific fastball when he's on that gets into the mid-90s. He also has a terrific sharp-breaking slider. Very tough, in good control. Chris Burke standing in from the right side from the Round Rock Express. The pitch. That's low. 1 ball, no strikes. Sal only walked 15 batters in 78 and a third innings. Here's the 1-0. Fouled out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike to Chris Burke. Burke makes his home in Louisville, Kentucky, in the offseason. Went to the University of Tennessee. 1 ball, 1 strike to him. Gene Weisau fires, and it's off the outside edge. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And Burke has really been a player who was in this league last year, did well, not exceedingly well, but came back at the start of this year and is one of the mainstays in this league.
About 2-1, misses away. 3 balls, 1 strike. Our scoreboard is sponsored by Dunning & Dunning Certified Public Accountants. This is the only game in the Texas League tonight, of course. Here's the 3-1. And a bad swing, and it's missed by Chris Burke. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ball down and away from him. In American League action, the Boston Red Sox visiting the Chicago White Sox. It's in the bottom of the third inning with the Sox leading the Pale Hose by a score of 2-0. Here's the 3-2, and that's fouled out of play. So Boston over Chicago, 2-0 in the bottom of the third at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. The Kansas City Royals with a slim 1-run edge, 1-0 over the visiting Minnesota Twins. That's in the bottom of the third as Royals trying to gain ground in the Central Division of the American League against the Minnesota Twins. Here's the 3-2, and that's ball 4. Chris Burke takes one down and away, and that is the first walk by the East Division Stars. On at first base with 2 outs is Chris Burke, and it brings up Dan Johnson, the designated hitter, who popped up to second his first time up.
And it's really unusual when you see Gene Weisau walk anybody coming into this game in the first half of the Texas League season. Walk 15, struck out 88.
Here's the pitch, and that's fouled out of play. No balls, 1 strike. You figure that's just about 1.7 per 9 innings walk, so that's terrific. It's under 3. You've got a pretty good walk to innings ratio. The 0-1 outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
The ratio that you really need to be a major leaguer is at least 3-1, and right now he's doing better 4-1 strikeouts as compared to walks.
Off first base is Burke with 17 steals in the first half. Pitch swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Burke a base stealer, 4th in the Texas League in steals with those 17 steals. Only been caught 5 times. Johnson led the first half in RBIs as he knocked in 63 RBIs in the first half season. If he duplicates that, that'll be 126 in a season. The pitch, call, strike 3. So Johnson caught looking. That is the 4th strikeout by Gene Weisau. And for the West Division Stars in the top of the third, no runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on. The score at the end of 2.5. It's the East Division All-Stars 2 and the West Division Stars 1. You're listening to the 2003 edition of the Texas League All-Star Game on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
Doing some work around the house? Make it easy on yourself with the Easy Care collection at Associated Lumber. They carry the best, and it's all low maintenance like their James Hardy siding, for example.
Now, why on earth would I want to do that?
Do what?
Put that James Hardy siding on my house. I just brought a brand new 10,000 horsepower power painter. If I install that siding, I'll never get to use it.
Right. Well, Associated Lumber also carries Anderson windows and doors, the best in the industry.
And that's exactly why I don't want them. If I install Anderson doors and windows, I'll never get to use my new nuclear-powered caulk gun.
Okay, well, surely you'll like Owens Corning roofing products.
Wrong. I've got this new nail gun, and it runs on jet fuel.
And you're probably not into TimberTech decking or Therma-Tru doors either.
Now you're getting the idea.
Well, most people do like the Easy Care collection at Associated Lumber. Less work, more time for life. That's what you get with the Easy Care collection at Associated Lumber, 1905 Southwest Boulevard. Call them at 943-2103.
Stop. Before you dig, call 1-800-DIG-SAFE. That's 1-800-344-7233. Buried electric, telephone, and cable lines, gas, oil, and chemical pipelines, and water and sewer lines can be damaged, and so can you. Call 1-800-DIG-SAFE 2 full working days before you begin any excavation. It's fast, it's free, and it's the law. Call 1-800-DIG-SAFE.
New pitcher on for the West Division Stars in the bottom of the third inning. It was the wins leader in the first half of the Texas League, Travis Blackley, the southpaw. And the first batter he will face is the leadoff hitter, Ramon Navarre from the Frisco Rough Riders. Just finishing our Dunning & Dunning Certified Public Accountant scoreboard. Later on in the American League, Anaheim at Seattle. And in National League action in the bottom of the seventh inning in Miami, the Florida Marlins won and the New York Mets nothing. Navarre struck out in the first inning. That was against Red Johnson, who pitched 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned walk 1 and struck out 2. The pitch is in for a strike to the right-handed batting Navarre. In Cincinnati, the Reds are leading the Chicago Cubs 3-2 in the bottom of the fifth inning. Here's the 0-1. Down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the third inning in Milwaukee, the St. Louis Cardinals won, and the Milwaukee Brewers nothing. Later on, the San Diego Padres visiting the Rockies in Colorado. Pitch, ground ball, third base side, foul. The scoreboard has been sponsored by Dunning & Dunning Certified Public Accountants. Since 1980, helping businesses and individuals keep score so the IRS won't get more. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Navarre, and that pitch misses away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rick Page with Brian Goldberg from Lawrence Dumont Stadium. The 2003 Texas League All-Star Game. Breaking ball. A blooper to shallow center field. Out goes Lopez, the shortstop. In comes the center fielder, Curry, and Curry calls and makes the catch for out number 1. So just a blooper about 65 feet out into center field. And it brings up the Wranglers' multi-purpose player, you might say, Oscar Salazar, who is the designated hitter in the All-Star Game. But he plays a number of positions. Shortstop, third base. Played in left field. Here's the pitch. And that is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Salazar started the season with the Arkansas Travelers and hit .329. Right-hand batter walked and scored in the first inning. Pitch from Travis Blackley is a drive to left center field deep. Racing back goes Mike Curry, slowing up now, and he squeezes it just about 15 feet before the warning track in deep left center field. So 2 fly balls to center field, and that's 2 outs for the East Division All-Stars. Appreciate Gordon Johnson doing the producing and the engineering for us back at the studios of Oldies 93.5 KWME for this 2003 Texas League All-Star Game. Thank you very much, Gordon. Brings up Lance Nix of the East. Pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Nix singled and scored in the first inning. Here's the pitch. That's hit in the air to deep right field. Racing back goes Acevedo near the warning track. On the warning track, he reaches out to his right and makes the catch. And that is it for Lance Nix and the East Division All-Stars in the bottom of the third inning. So 3 up, 3 down. And the score at the end of 3 innings of play, It is the East Division Stars 2 and the West Division Stars 1. Here in Wichita with some terrific college baseball with Wichita State and also the National Baseball Congress, some tremendous amateur baseball. What a better place is there to have an award for the best amateur catcher of the year than right here in Wichita. And again this year, the Greater Wichita Area Sports Banquet will be giving away the Johnny Bench National Collegiate Catcher of the Year Award. Last year, Jeremy Brown of the Midland Rockhounds was the winner. This year, it's narrowed down to 3 finalists who will be invited to the banquet on June 24th. Ryan Garco of Stanford, a senior, who at this printing was hitting at .418. Colt Morton is another finalist, a junior from North Carolina State, who was hitting at .267 in a first-team All-ACC selection, and Tony Ritchie of Florida State, who was hitting at .363. This award would not be possible without the Coleman Company, and this message is made possible by the Greater Wichita Area Sports Commission. For more information on the award, you can call the Commission at 316-265-6236. You're listening to the 2003 edition of the Texas League All-Star Game on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
The best way to get away from it all is to actually get away, and the Coleman Company, with over a 100-year tradition of camping equipment, makes and sells products for the outdoors, whether that be backpacking or grilling in the backyard. The latest and oldest Coleman products are under one roof at the Coleman Factory Outlet and Museum. It has a full line of Coleman products and over 100 years of Coleman products in history. They even repair Coleman burning appliances. The Coleman Factory Outlet and Museum, 235 North St. Francis in Wichita, open Monday through Friday 9 to 6 and Saturday 9 to 1.
We move into the top of the 4th inning, and to take us through the middle 3, here is Brian Goldberg.
Thank you very much, Rick, and thank you for joining us for the first Texas League All-Star Game in Wichita, Kansas in 10 years. Danny Tamayo of the hometown Wranglers' first pitch is down low to Craig Ansman, who hit a home run in his first at-bat off of the second pitcher in this game, Chinwei Sao. Danny Tamayo, the best pitcher in the Texas League in the month of May. All told, he has a 6-6 record this year with Wichita and a .389 ERA. The right-hander from Miami's pitch is down low, and the count is 2-0. Tamayo went to the University of Notre Dame, was a standout pitcher there. He did have Tommy John surgery, and that really cost him most of his sophomore and junior seasons in Indiana. This pitch is a broken bat fly ball into left field. The barrel of the bat goes into the outfield. Hop comes up and makes a sliding catch in left field to get that one. The ball almost didn't go as far as the bat did. I would say there's only about 30 feet difference between where the barrel of the bat went and where Hop, who doesn't normally play left field, he is usually a right fielder when he's playing for the Tulsa Drillers, makes that catch. So once again, a big exhibition of how strong Craig Ansman is. A home run in his first at-bat and a broken bat that almost went farther than the ball went. Again, very interesting to see what the young man from El Paso and the New York area can do. One gone.
Good to see the terrific defense by Hop. Not only a slugger, but he can also throw the leather.
And the pitch by Tamayo is down low to A.J. Zapp of San Antonio. 1-0. Tamayo's father is Cuban, was born right in Havana, came over to America in the 1960s, pitch grounded towards third base, hits the third base bag, goes to Gamal, he double clutches, but really has no chance at throwing out the runner at first after that ball hit the third base bag. Zapp, not the quickest of runners, but coming out of the third base box, he can get there very, very quickly.
Good reflexes by Justin Gamal, making the adjustment after the ball hit the bag. He grabbed it, but he still had to double clutch, and by the time he released it, no chance to get Zapp.
So that's the third hit of the game for the Texas League West All-Stars, the visiting club. And now Danny Tamayo will take a look at Justin Leone of San Antonio. Time called. Leone, as we mentioned, in 2001, hit 22 home runs, only had 20 doubles. Pitch outside, and the count is 1-0. He kind of got off to a slow start, but like a lot of the San Antonio Missions, when the middle of April and the beginning of May came around, everybody was on a hot streak, leading them to a franchise-best 18 consecutive wins in a row. Pitch called a strike, and the count is 1-1. Tamayo Of course, we mentioned that his lineage does go back to Cuba. He is Ignacio Daniel Tamayo VI, and he does come from an athletic family. The pitch is down low, and the count is 2-1. Ignacio Daniel Tamayo IV was actually the first Cuban ever to run a sub-4-minute mile. That was back in the 50s. Tamayo comes set, the right-hander pitching from the first base side of the rubber. The 2-1, breaking ball inside, and the count is 3-1. Tamayo, after having that great month of May, has lost his last 2 starts and allowed 9 earned runs in just 4 innings in his last game at Midland, but definitely a worthy all-star with his 5-0 April. Pitch swung on and fouled back. In May, where his ERA was under 2 in 6 starts. Won 5 consecutive games after getting a no decision against these missions on the first day of May. So Leone steps back in. Todd Titchener, the home plate umpire, calls out the sign. Must be wonderful for him to be the home plate umpire in this game. The 3-2 pitch with the runner going inside, ball 4. So Leone, who singled his first time up in the second base, now draws a walk. So the potential go-ahead runner is on board in the top of the 4th inning with the East All-Stars, the home squad, leading the West 2-1. And now we'll take a look at Anthony Acevedo, who popped up to second base his last time up. Todd Titchener from Holcomb, Kansas. It's a couple hours away from here to the west, but he gets to be the umpire in, well, the biggest game of the year this year so far. Pitch called a strike in his home state. And, of course, he is in his second year umpiring in the Texas League. He has the big job today. Pitch swung on and fouled back by Acevedo, and the count is 0-2. And if you remember the name of Holcomb, Kansas, you probably remember it from the events that happened there in the 50s, and, of course, the movie that followed up, and the well-read Truman Capote book, all based on a murder that happened there that became In Cold Blood. Pitch swung on, foul tipped, held by Buddy for strike 3, and Acevedo is down. So the Round Rock right fielder strikes out, foul tipping it into the glove of Ryan Buddy of Arkansas. And now we'll take a look at Jose Lopez, the shortstop. The Mission shortstop is the youngest man in this game at only 19 years of age. He is already very, very well accomplished. Last year, he was in the Futures game at the 2002 Major League All-Star game. This pitch is fisted towards shortstop. Going back on the ball is the shortstop McDougal of Frisco. He makes the catch for out number 3, and the West is turned away in the top of the 4th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. There was a walk, and 2 men left on. We're through 3.5 innings at Lawrence Dumont Stadium, with the Texas League East All-Stars leading the West by a count of 2-1. You're listening to the 2003 Texas League All-Star Game on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
Fazoli's, America's favorite Italian restaurant, serves more guests than any other Italian restaurant. They have authentic Italian food made fresh 3 times a day with unlimited breadsticks and oven-baked subs. Eat and relax in their dining area, or on your busy nights, use the drive-thru. Fazoli's averages only 1 minute per customer. Tuesday night is Kids Night with kids meals for 99 cents from 5 to 8 and kids movies. Fazoli's, located at North Rock and 96 and Central and Tyler, fully staffed and ready to serve you.
You want support from your health insurance, reliable coverage that's easily recognized and accepted wherever and whenever you go. Find support in Blue Choice from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas, ensuring your claims are handled promptly without worry or payment inconvenience, so you can focus on recovery. Enjoy the support you receive when you're covered with Blue. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas. It's what you want when you need it. An independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Every day when Jeff opens his garage, he is mindful of how much trust people put in him. So he takes as much care with a customer's car as he does with his own wife's car. He calls each customer to make sure they're satisfied with the work, and the coffee in his waiting room is actually good. For all these reasons and more, we are happy that Jeff insists on selling our parts. We're AC Delco, when the right way is the only way.
Welcome back to the 2003 Texas League All-Star Game taking place at Lawrence Dumont Stadium in Wichita, Kansas. Dennis Holton of the Round Rock Express, a right-hander, has come onto the mound. Originally from Southern California, 6'4", 220-pounder. He has a 5-3 record this year with a 3.64 ERA for the team owned by Nolan Ryan. First pitch to the hometown right fielder Byron Geddes is taken outside, and the regular Wrangler right fielder has a count of 1-0. Grounded out to shortstop his last time up. Holton pitching for the third base side of the rubber deals, and the pitch is popped up into shallow left center field. Coming up is the left fielder Stanley, but under it is the shortstop Lopez. He makes the catch on the shallow grass for out number 1. So Geddes is retired, and that'll bring up Brad Hopp.
Now batting number 29, left fielder, Brad Hopp.
Not a surprise that Brad Hopp did the job in the bottom of the first inning, which has given the East their current lead. Now it has been cut to 2-1. He had runners in scoring position and 2 outs, which is the area he excels in this year. Pitch is up high, and the count is 1-0. Brad Hopp, in that situation this year, runners in scoring position and 2 outs, is almost hitting 500. Pitch, fastball, called a strike on the inside corner, and the count is 1-1, and he did the job so far. Of course, Tulsa is the closest Texas League city to Wichita, Kansas, about a 3-hour ride by car. Pitch, off-speed delivery, called a strike. Dennis Holton, the new pitcher in the game for the Eastern squad. Remember, the Houston Astros chain was an 11th round pick out of the University of Pacific in Northern California. This pitch is reached for and sent into right center field. Coming under it is Anthony Acevedo. The big left-hander makes the catch for out number 2, and Hopp is now 1 for 2 in this game. Now we'll take a look at Marshall McDougall. McDougall not hitting for an average like he did last year, but certainly driving in runs. Remember last year in the 2002 Texas League All-Star Game, which took place in Round Rock, he was playing for, or at least representing Midland in that contest. Holton's pitch, breaking ball down low, and the count is 1-0. McDougall, of course, made headlines around the world with his 6-home run performance, the most ever in a college baseball game. Last year he was in the A's organization. Pitch, called a strike. Was in a late-season trade to Cleveland Indians organization, was selected in the Rule 5 draft by Texas, and then they worked out a way to keep him, and here he is with Frisco, back in this league again. Pitch, called a strike, and the count is 1-2. Holton last year was incredible for Michigan in the Midwest League, which is a lower classification of A-ball, 14-5 with a 3.14 earned run average. The right-hander deals, pitch, breaking ball down low. So McDougall steps in, batting from the right side. He went collegiately to Florida State. The 2-2 pitch on its way is skied into right center field, but playable for Mike Curry. The former Wichita Wrangler is under it and makes the catch for out number 3. So since the hit by Hopp, the Texas League East squad has really struggled with the bat. 10 consecutive batters have gone down in a row. We'll go to the top of the 5th inning with the Texas League East Stars leading the West by a score of 2-1. You're listening to the 2003 Texas League All-Star Game on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
I can't even believe it. The other car, it just came out of nowhere.
Are you okay? Do you need an ambulance?
It all happened so fast.
It's okay. Someone will be right over to pick you up.
You don't know how much this means.
Everything's gonna be all right.
Oh, thank you.
The response to Farmers' exclusive Help Point service has been remarkable. The moment the unexpected happens, we're here for you 24/7. Farmers, get you back where you belong.
Your Farmers agents include Sam Norwood, Chris Poore, Bob Watson, Greg Fewen, and Dale Headley. Team up with Total Printing Solutions. When the game is to get something printed, their bases are loaded with promotional products and advertising ideas. From T-shirts to hats, sports bottles to bumper stickers, they make your team look good. Total Printing Solutions has over 500,000 items to put your name on. Bring it home to Total Printing Solutions Showroom at 1325 East Douglas in Wichita. Their seasoned players will assist you in delivering your message to the right crowd. Total Printing Solutions is centrally located just east of Old Town on Douglas. Enjoy the game from the Wrangler fans at Total Printing Solutions.
How safe is your family? Don't wonder. Call Smart Security and Investigations at 264-1177. Call the professionals at Smart Security and Investigations and get started securing your loved ones and investments. They also offer security professionals, process serving, bail bonding, and background checks. Smart Security and Investigation, licensed, bonded, and insured. Call anytime at 264-1177.
Top of the fifth inning has begun here. 3 straight balls dealt by Billy Stokely, the new pitcher for the Texas League East squad out of Arkansas, facing Steve Stanley, the left-handed batter from Midland, hitting for the West. Grounds one foul towards Terry Polreese, the first base coach of the Texas League West All-Stars. He is the hitting coach of the San Antonio Missions. And boy, has that team been pitching and hitting. They've done everything in collecting 47 first-half wins. The 3-1 pitch from Stokely is grounded right back to the box. He flags it, gets it, and throws it over to Corey Hart at first for out number 1. So Stanley has bounced out twice back to the box. So the other Notre Dame representative on this Texas League All-Star game is retired. Danny Tamayo, the last pitcher for the East, as we mentioned, also went to University in South Bend, Indiana, and they were teammates for 3 years. Now we'll take a look at Curry, who, of course, patrolled this center field in 1999 for the Wichita Wranglers, now with San Antonio. Grounds the first pitch over to first base. Corey Hart will take it to the bag himself for out number 2, and that'll bring up Chris Burke with 1 out. William Richard Stokely out of Houston, Texas, went to Lamar University, just like Wichita Wranglers right-hand pitcher Brian Sanchez. He has a 1-5 record this year, but his ERA has been amongst the best in the league this whole year, a 3.28 ERA. Last year, he lost 14 games in the Texas League, which was the most of anybody. And this year, he's come back very, very strong, got promoted into the starting rotation, and just really hasn't looked back. He's actually started his last 8 games in a row. In his last 2 outings, he's gone 7 innings or more, actually 4 of the last 5. Pitch called a strike, and the count is 0-1. Stokely and the Wranglers' Brian Sanchez went to Lamar University, and I'm sure Brian is sitting in the stands enjoying the game with the Stokely family, which is driven up from Texas. The 0-1 pitch on its way, fastball outside, but he couldn't handle it. Of course, this is a battery that works together on a regular basis, both men being from the Arkansas Travelers, and they seem to exchange some pleasantries before Stokely went out there to start the top of the 5th. Pitch to Burke is outside. He's 0 for 1 in today's game, walked his first time up. A very highly touted player, a first-round pick of the Houston Astros out of the University of Tennessee. The 2-1 pitch by Stokely is lined on the ground on a hop to Justin Gamal. He winds and fires and throws to his teammate Hart for out number 3. So Billy Stokely has an effective 1-2-3 inning in the top half of the 5th inning, shutting down the West All-Stars 1-2-3. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th with the Texas League East All-Stars leading their compatriots from the West by a score of 2-1. You're listening to the 2003 Texas League All-Star Game on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
Stop. Before you dig, call 1-800-DIG-SAFE. That's 1-800-344-7233. Buried electric, telephone, and cable lines, gas, oil, and chemical pipelines, and water and sewer lines can be damaged, and so can you. Call 1-800-DIG-SAFE 2 full working days before you begin any excavation. It's fast, it's free, and it's the law. Call 1-800-DIG-SAFE.
What in the world is God doing? An interesting question. Most would say, who can know? But at Grace Baptist Church, it's their desire to help you learn what God is doing in your life. Their stated mission is meeting your need. Every week they share the good news that God loves you. You're invited to join them at 1414 West Pawnee, just west of Seneca. For more information, you can call 264-6644 or visit the website at graceforyou.net. Senior Pastor Michael Donald looks forward to seeing you at their services.
We know at Horton's Carpet that you can go anywhere to buy floor covering. We also know the biggest problem you're going to experience is a poor installation. Why not shop the one floor store in Wichita and most of the entire country that has its own employee installers come to your home? We back that installation for as long as you live on it. Horton's Carpets. Horton's Carpets East, Oliver and Pawnee, or Horton's Carpets West, Maple and Ridge.
Welcome back to the 2003 Texas League All-Star Game. Brian Goldberg and Rick Page, so happy that you've joined us. A few defensive changes in the game. Matt Allegra of the Midland Rockhounds is now playing in right field. He's playing next to his teammate Steve Stanley, who's moved over from left field over to right. Anthony Acevedo of the Round Rock Express now in left. And Tommy Whiteman, also of Round Rock, is now taken over at shortstop for Jose Lopez. And guess what? There's a new pitcher, too. The pitch down low, and the count is 1-0. Actually, Jose Lopez has moved over towards second base, so that means Chris Burke is out of the ballgame. Clinton Najad is the new pitcher of San Antonio, and his pitch to Buddy is skied in the air. 1-0 pitch is taken a look at by Allegra, who makes the catch for out number 1. So Buddy is retired, and now it'll bring up Corey Hart. Corey Hart playing in the All-Star game of the Texas League at first base. Last time, at this time in the Texas League season in 2002, he'd never even played first base on a high school level. And now he's playing it in the biggest game of all, in AA baseball. Having a wonderful season this year, playing in front of about 15 family and friends who've driven up from Oklahoma City to see him compete. This pitch is hit hard on the ground past Lopez and into right field, a base hit. So they certainly get to see their boy produce. He hit the ball very hard. It just barely stayed in the ballpark. Acevedo was able to run it down on the right field track. That was back in the second inning. So here's Justin Gamal now. That breaks the string of 11 consecutive Texas League East batters that had gone down. Nobody had gotten a hit since Hopp in the first inning, which allowed their 2 runs to come home. So Clinton Najat on the mound from Parma, Oklahoma. Pitch is grounded towards shortstop, bobbled there by Whiteman. He doesn't have time to step on the bag, but throws to first base for out number 2. And advancing on the play is Corey Hart to second base. So runner will be on in scoring position for Ramon Navarre, who's 0 for 2 in this ball game. We'll see how long we get a chance to see the Texas League's leading hitter at the plate. And if you have some baseball cards that say Ramon A. Martinez on them, or Ramon Martinez just like that, and you look at the card and you say, hey, that looks like the second baseman or the shortstop for Frisco. Well, it is. He just changed his name this year. My guess is Navarre is his mother's maiden name. Pitch, breaking ball, swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. You can't blame Navarre for wanting to change his last name, at least in a professional sense. There are a lot of Ramon Martinez's still in baseball, even though the Dodgers man of that name, who's from the Dominican Republic just like Navarre, has retired. Pitch up high, and the count is 1-1. Ramon Navarre was a standout in the Florida State League last year for Charlotte, or for Port Charlotte, I should say, in the Texas Rangers organization, surveying the outfield and ready to step in. Takes a look at Corey Hart leading off of second base. The bases are painted red, white, and blue today. Pitch is grounded pretty close to that second base bag into center field, the base hit. Stanley's charging. Corey Hart rounds third and comes home to score. The throw will go in towards first base, and it gets by the first baseman Zapp. Navarre will go up to second base on the throwing error, and the Texas League East squad adds a run. They now lead the West by a count of 3-1. So it'll definitely be a single and an RBI for Ramon Navarre, and most likely a throwing error on the infield. We're just going to have to wait and make sure who the error is on that allows Ramon Navarre to move up towards second base. So he'll be on at second base in 2 outs. So both times that the East squad has struck in this game, it's been with 2 outs. Now we'll take a look at Oscar Salazar. Fifth inning, of course, is a time this year where we like to take a look at a few things that have happened on this day in baseball, which is sponsored by S.J. Prill Financial and Investment Planning. There goes Navarre to first. The pitch is up high. Anson's throw just late. So Ramon Navarre, a man who has a lot of speed, steals third base. A lot of interesting things happened on this date. Max Surkont was born. His son, or I believe his grandson, pitched for Midland last year, Keith Surkont. Max pitched back in the 40s. Pitch to Salazar is grounded into left field, a base hit. Walking home from third base is Ramon Navarre, and the East squad now leads this game by a count of 4-1. So Oscar Salazar, who's driven in 37 Texas League runs this year, now takes care of one in the All-Star game, and we'll take a look at Lance Nix, who was 1 for 2 in this game. The error on the hit by Navarre is going to be a throwing error on the center fielder, Steve Stanley. So Nix steps in. And he's a big man in this league, but maybe not even the big man in his own family, as the pitch is outside and the count is 1-0. He has a younger brother, Jason, who also is playing in professional baseball. Lance was a 4th-round pick. Jason did, well, just a little bit better. He was a 1st-round pick. Swung on and fouled back. Jason was selected in the 1st round by the Colorado Rockies, so we might see him in a few years. Lance, of course, property of the Texas Rangers. Of course, now the Colorado Rockies are in the Texas League for the first time with a team in Tulsa. Pitch swung on and grounded towards second base. Lopez charges pretty close to the first base bag, just underhands it about 15 feet towards A.J. Zapp for out number 3. But the Texas League East strikes for 2 more runs. They do it on 3 hits. There was 1 error in the inning, and there was 1 man left on. We're through 5 innings complete at Lawrence Dumont Stadium, with the Texas League East squad leading the West, now by a score of 4-1. You're listening to Wranglers Baseball on Oldies 93.5, KWME.
Some things in life just don't fit. Wives and fishing trips, vegetarians and pig roasts, rodeo bulls named Fluffy. But there is one thing that always fits: Wrangler Cowboy Cut Jeans for Men. Available in original fit, Wrangler Cowboy Cut Jeans are the official jeans of the PRCA. Find Wrangler Cowboy Cut Jeans at Orchland Farm and Home, an official PRCA dealer. Wrangler, for the cowboy in you.
Where you get your car fixed reflects on you. People who take their vehicle to an independent service center that installs AC Delco automotive parts are highly intelligent. Oh yes, AC Delco parts meet the highest standards in the industry for just about every vehicle. So get your car taken care of the right way the first time. Go to an independent service center that installs AC Delco parts. If you don't, we'd like to say it reflects well on you, but that would violate the truth in advertising laws. AC Delco, when the right way is the only way.
I can't even believe it. The other car, it just came out of nowhere.
Are you okay? Do you need an ambulance?
It all happened so fast.
It's okay. Someone will be right over to pick you up.
You don't know how much this means.
Everything's going to be all right.
Oh, thank you.
The response to Farmers' exclusive Help Point service has been remarkable. The moment the unexpected happens, we're here for you 24/7. Farmers, get you back where you belong.
Talk to Andy Woodward, Craig Wolf, Steve Pickard, Lauren Elson, or Ross Anderson.
Welcome back to the Texas League All-Star Game 2003 edition. Brian Goldberg and Rick Page along with you. Top of the 6th inning coming up, Johnson, Hansman, and Zapp, the top 3 home run leaders in this league coming up. The first pitch by A.J. Murray bounces low. The pitcher from Frisco, a left-hander, delivers ball 1. Murray this year, A.J. stands for Arlington John, has a 6-2 record with a 3.31 ERA. Left-hander's pitch is popped up by the left-hander down the, well, what do you think, left field line, but it slices foul and hits on the warning track. Very extensive foul territory here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. So we mentioned that Max Surcont was born. His grandson pitched in this league last year for the Midland Rockhounds, and also there was a sad death on June the 16th in baseball history. Longtime voice of the Yankees, Mel Allen, died at age 83. The 1-1 pitch, breaking ball taken for a strike, and the count is 1-2. This day in baseball has been sponsored by S.J. Brill Financial and Investment Planning. The 1-2 pitch on its way, and the top of the sixth is swung on and grounded to Navarro, who's playing way back on the grass, spins and throws, and it goes over the head of Corey Hart. We'll have to see if that's an error. Navarro was playing very, very smartly off the very, very fast AstroTurf infield and was able to make a sliding stop on that ball. Came up, made a throw to Corey Hart that was just a little bit over his head. And we'll just have to wait and see if that goes for a hit, and it will be a base hit for Dan Johnson. He certainly hit it hard enough, and Navarro just made a great play getting to the ball at all. And here's Ansman, who homered his first time at bat, and had also a very impressive broken bat pop up to left field. You can't say that too often, but he did. The very strong catcher fouls one back. Make today the day you begin planning your financial future. Call Shane Prill at S.J. Prill Financial and Investment Planners at 1-800-225-8828. And one amazing stat in this game is Craig Ansman, the cleanup hitter for the West. Byron Geddes over in right field, the cleanup hitter for the East. What they have in common. Pitch, breaking ball, taken for a strike, and the count is 0-2. See all these guys, first-round draft picks, guys getting boatloads of money? But Ansman and Byron Geddes were both undrafted. Ansman had a lot of interest, though, and was signed quickly after the draft by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Pitch, breaking ball up high, and he hasn't looked back. Been a great power hitter in the minors. Geddes was kind of overlooked because most people thought he was going to go and play college football for the University of Minnesota, decided baseball was right for him, and here he is in 2003 playing in his second straight All-Star game. Pitch, grounded foul past Dave Brundage, the third base coach and manager of the Western squad. Byron Geddes last year played for the Carolina League All-Stars when they took on the California League All-Stars, played in Wilmington, Delaware. A lot of these men took part in that game as well, including the left fielder in this game, Brad Hopp, and a lot of the other Rocky organization members. The 1-2 pitch upcoming, fastball reached for and hit into right center field hard, but not particularly deep. Backhanded by Lance Nix, the center fielder, for out number 1. So Ansman has hit the ball well 3 times in this game, has 1 home run to show for it, which is the only run for the West All-Stars. And now we'll take a look at A.J. Zapp, who singled his first time up. Zapp getting a new start after his association with the Atlanta Braves ended. Made it up to Richmond in AAA just briefly, but they decided to part their ways. He's come to San Antonio and been a big spark plug. Keeps his legs very close together in the left-hander's batter's box. Pitch swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. One reason is because Zapp does strike out a lot. He hits a lot of home runs, but when he doesn't hit it out of the park, sometimes he just doesn't make that much contact. A.J. Murray, a lefty-lefty matchup again, and the pitch is stroked on the ground. 1 hop to Navarre. He goes to McDougal for 1. His teammate throws to first for a Texas League East squad double play, and the top of the 6th inning is over after a 4-6-3 twin killing. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. We are through 5.5 innings at Lawrence Dumont Stadium in a very quickly going 2003 Texas League All-Star game with the East squad leading the West 4-1. You're listening to this All-Star game on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
The Wranglers are a hit with the kids at Heartspring. Thanks to the Wranglers, their fans, and supporters, the kids at the Growing Place at Heartspring can get the therapies that they need through the Heartspring Financial Assistance Fund. The Growing Place at Heartspring provides therapies to help kids with speaking, hearing, learning, moving, and behaving. Together, we can score a home run for children.
For breakfast, lunch, or to relax in between, enjoy Squeak's Daylight Donuts at North Waco and Murdoch. Squeak's offers rolls, turnovers, low-fat muffins, cookies, and as one customer of over 20 years said, the best donuts in town. Why is she offered? Because they are made with tender, loving care, and they taste wonderful. And for lunch, Squeaks provides sandwiches like your mom used to make, plus homemade soup daily. Squeaks Daylight Donuts at North Waco and Murdoch.
Do you have rheumatoid arthritis? If so, and you are at least 50 years old, you may qualify for a medical research study to test an investigational medication to treat rheumatoid arthritis. Benefits of being in the study include study medication, study-related physician visits, lab work, and study-related office visit travel. For more information, please call Heartland Research Associates at 689-6652.
Bottom of the sixth inning, just about ready to get started at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. The East All-Stars of the Texas League leading the West by a count of 4-1. Byron Geddes to start things off. The Wichita Wrangler is 0 for 2 in this game. Then Brad Hopp and Marshall McDougall all due up against the new right-hander from El Paso pitching for the West, Bill Stockman. And the pitch is outside, and the count is 1-0. Stockman, 6'7", 200 pounds, out of Australia. And the pitch, breaking ball called a strike. So it's the second Australian pitcher we have seen in this game for the Texas League West Stars. A lot of Australians just kind of poking their heads in and being very, very effective players on this level and beyond. 1-1 the count. Stockman looks in, kicks and deals, and the pitch is ripped into left field. Going over on the ball is Acevedo. It's going to fall and go to the wall. Rounding first and heading to second is Geddes. He's looking out there, but he's going to pull up into second base with a leadoff double. So Byron Geddes starts things off, getting on at second base with nobody out against Stockman, a man that he has not seen this year. Stockman in the Texas League this year, a 5-3 record with an ERA of 4.5. In 12 games, he's been a starter completely. The Wranglers did not see him because he went up and pitched with the Tucson Sidewinders twice on June the 3rd and June the 7th, had a 1-1 record with an ERA of an even 1. In 2 games, had 1 start. That's up in AAA. Now he'll take a look at Hobb, whose 2 RBI single in the first inning got things started for the East. The pitch is up high, and the count is 1-0. We were mentioning that a Texas League All-Star game was played at this stadium in 1993. Certainly a great game. In those days, Wichita was a member of the Texas League West. Pitch way inside, and the count is 2-0. Well, in that game, Dwayne Hosey of the Wichita Wranglers hit 2 home runs in that game, but it wasn't enough. And the game ended up being tied after 9 innings. The umpires left the field, and they decided to have a home run hitting contest to decide the game. Pitch called a strike, and the count is 2-1. It was between the Arkansas Travelers' Darrell Deke and Hosey, who was already the MVP of that game, hitting 2 home runs. If he could hit 1 more home run, it might have changed things all around. Deke hit 1 home run that was very controversial. Hosey was not able to hit a home run in his 3 pitches, and the East squad won. Pitch fouled back just right under us. Hop almost ran one up the screen and gave us a present, and the count is 2-2. Bottom of the 6th inning, East squad leading the West by a count of 4-1. Hop ready to step back in. Also, there was another very, very important All-Star game that was played in this city back in 1957, the American Association All-Star game. That's AAA. Pitch called strike 3 on the outside corner, and down goes Hop. Strikes out looking, and that'll bring up Marshall McDougall, who's 0 for 2. He was 1 for 5 in last year's Texas League All-Star game that was played in Round Rock. Remember, playing for Midland, the other squad. In 1957, it was the Wichita Braves, of course, the highest classification affiliate of the Atlanta Braves, taking on the American Association All-Stars. The All-Stars beat the hometown Braves by a count of 5-4. Pitch is fisted into center field. No, it takes a hop in front of Whiteman. The shortstop picks it up and throws to first base in time for out number 2, and Geddes goes over to third base. It was not hit very hard, although it looked like if it had a little more mustard, it might have made it into center field, but Whiteman was able to pick up the spinner and keep that from happening and just allow a runner to go to third base. 2 gone, and that'll bring up Buddy. The manager of that American Association team was actually Ralph Houck, who was the manager of the Denver Bears. Of of course, went on just a couple of years later to lead that great 1961 Yankees team. Pitch, breaking ball, called a strike. In that 1993 Texas League game, Sal Butera was the manager of the Texas League East squad, a native New Yorker, just like this year's East squad manager, Keith Bodie. And who is the manager of the West? Well, a guy who's still managing in the Texas League. Pitch is called a strike to Jason Dewey, who is pinch hitting for Ryan Buddy. Jason Dewey of the Frisco Rough Riders, whose manager during the regular year is Tim Ireland, who was the Texas League Manager of the Year in 1994 and in 2002. So the pitch is outside, and the count is 1-2. 2 outs in the bottom of the sixth. Joe Carter was the MVP of the Texas League for Midland back in 1982. He is a native of Wichita. Matt Cato was the MVP of this game last year. He played for El Paso, a second baseman. Pitch outside, and the count is 2-2. And also a member, we mentioned McDougal was the star of stars in the AA All-Star game. Spike Lundberg, who we might see pitch for the Texas League East, won that same award in 2000 when he was pitching for Tulsa. 2-2 pitch, down low, and the count is 3-2. Waiting on deck is Corey Hart. So Dewey has been used. Titus Meadows, also of the Wranglers, has been having some back problems, so we're not sure we're going to see him in this game, but he is enjoying the festivities from the dugout, so Dewey might be the only position replacement we see for the East. Pitch, down low and outside, ball 4. So now runners are on at the corners with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. So Phil Stockman, pitcher that we are seeing for the first time. And now we'll take a look at Corey Hart. He's hit the ball twice very, very hard in this ball game. Singled and scored a run his first time up. Single here might be able to break it wide open, might even be able to get him MVP honors. We'll just have to see. Hart, left-handed batter, facing the 6'7" Stockman, and the pitch, called a strike, and the count is 0-1. Corey Hart, one of the great success stories of the Texas League this year. Last year he hit .238. This year, for pretty much most of the season, he's hitting 100 points higher than that. Came into this game hitting .318. He's been a little banged up, though. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and hit into left field and deep, but Acevedo is under it. The Round Rock left fielder catches it for out number 3, and the bottom of the 6th inning is over. So a leadoff double is squandered. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. There was a walk, and runners left on at the corners. We're through 6 innings of the 2003 Texas League All-Star Game, with the East squad leading the West by a count of 4-1. You're listening to the 2003 Texas League All-Star Game on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
You only graduate from high school once, and if you're a high school junior, you owe it to yourself to give Stevens Photography the opportunity to give your senior portrait a little extra excitement. Call them to set up an appointment this summer for your senior portraits for next year. Stevens Photography will do their best to produce portraits that will bring you years of joy and memories. Call Stevens Photography in Wichita at 744-0900 or check out the website at stevensphotography.com. That's Stevens with a P.
Stop. Before you dig, call 1-800-DIG-SAFE. That's 1-800-344-7233. Buried electric, telephone, and cable lines, gas, oil, and chemical pipelines, and water and sewer lines can be damaged, and so can you. Call 1-800-DIG-SAFE 2 full working days before you begin any excavation. It's fast, it's free, and it's the law. Call 1-800-DIG-SAFE. The best way to get away from it all is to actually get away. And the Coleman Company, with over a 100-year tradition of camping equipment, makes and sells products for the outdoors, whether that be backpacking or grilling in the backyard. The latest and oldest Coleman products are under one roof at the Coleman Factory Outlet and Museum. It has a full line of Coleman products and over 100 years of Coleman products in history. They even repair Coleman burning appliances. The Coleman Factory Outlet and Museum, 235 North St. Francis in Wichita. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, and Saturday, 9 to 1.
Top of the 7th inning, just about ready to get started at Lawrence Dumont Stadium, the 2003 Texas League All-Star Game. The Texas League East holding a lead now. The Texas League West has had the best in this series over the East since these two teams have met in this format since 1983. Texas League East with 6 wins, 9 losses, and 2 ties. As we mentioned, one of those ties coming last year, the other one back in 1993. Hopefully we'll have a victor in this game. So far the East has the upper hand, and for the play-by-play the rest of the way, once again, here's Rick Page.
Thank you very much, Brian. Leading it off is Justin Leone for the West Division Stars in the top of the 7th. And they've got a little bit of a ways to come back with 3 innings to go. So Leone has reached base in 2 attempts. He's singled and he's walked. So Joel Peralta, the right-hander, on to pitch for the East in the top of the 7th. The pitch, and that's popped up. First base side. Second baseman Navarre out on the right field grass makes the catch behind the second base hole, about 15 feet back on the grass in right field, and that is out number 1. That brings up Anthony Acevedo, who started the game at right field and then moved around to left field in the 5th inning. Left-handed hitting outfielder who came in hitting at .319 and is 0 for 2. A new right fielder for the East in the top of the 7th. It is Jake Weber. He is replacing Byron Geddes in right field. Also new catcher Jason Dewey. Pitch is in for a strike. No balls, 1 strike to Acevedo. And Joel Peralta, the new pitcher. Here's the 0-1. Line drive in left field over toward left center and making the catch is the left fielder Brad Hopp. The ball was hit very hard by Acevedo, but Hopp off to his left just a little bit to make the catch. So quickly 2 outs. 1 drives to the outfield, and it brings up Jose Lopez. Lopez, a right-hand batter, started the game at shortstop, and in the 5th, he moved to second base. Here's the pitch from Peralta as a ground ball hit to second. Navarre back on the right field grass by about a foot. Grabs it and throws to first in time for the final out of the top of the 7th. So 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 7th inning, and the score at the end of 6 1/2. It remains the East Division Stars 4 and the West Division Stars 1. You're listening to Texas League All-Star Game on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
Wranglers Baseball is back. If your transportation to the game needs an upgrade, call the folks at Credit Specialists Auto Group. Even if your credit is a little or even a lot less than perfect, they can help. At Credit Specialists, you are approved. Visit one of their 3 locations, 3805 South Broadway and 221 East 13th in Wichita, and their new location at East 4th Avenue in Hutchinson. Or browse their inventory by clicking their link at www.wichitawranglers.com. Credit Specialists with low down payments and easy financing terms. You'll still have cash for grub at the game.
You want comfort from your health insurance. Streamlined access to the doctor and hospital of your choosing without referrals or payment delays. Find comfort in Blue Choice from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas, providing access to excellent health care and services from the providers you prefer. Take comfort in your health when you're covered with Blue. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas. It's what you want when you need it. An independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Every day when Jeff opens his garage, he is mindful of how much trust people put in him. So he takes as much care with a customer's car as he does with his own wife's car. He calls each customer to make sure they're satisfied with the work, and the coffee in his waiting room is actually good. For all these reasons and more, we are happy that Jeff insists on selling our parts. We're AC Delco, when the right way is the only way.
Rick Page with Brian Goldberg back at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. The East Division Stars will send the number 9 hitter, Justin Gamal, the third baseman for the Wichita Wranglers, up first. He'll be followed by the top of the order, and on deck, Ramon Navarre, and then Oscar Salazar expected to follow after that. Gamal 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded to short. New pitcher on, it's Josue Matos, and the first pitch is a strike on the outside corner to the Wranglers' third baseman. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and that's high. 1 ball and 1 strike. The East with 2 runs in the first. The West got 1 back in the second, but then the East plated 2 more in the fifth to make it 4-1. Pitch is skied to right field, just about where Matt Allegra is playing. He looks up into the sky, and he squeezes it for out number 1. The ball now 0 for 3 as he flew out to right field. And now it's the top of the order, Ramon Navas, second baseman for the East. He is 1 hit in 3 trips, and he has scored a run, and he has knocked 1 home. Right-hand batter. Matos staring over the top of his glove, almost right through the fingers of it, and fires. Swing and a miss, a breaking ball. No balls, 1 strike. Big sweeping breaking ball. Matos 6'4", listed at 190 pounds. Right-hander from Puerto Rico. Here's the 0-1. Popped up. Left side of the infield. Back in the outfield grass in left field is Whiteman, the shortstop, just about 5 feet. He makes the catch, and that is out number 2. So quickly 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, and now it's the Wranglers infielder. Also does play outfield, Oscar Salazar. He is the designated hitter in this game. Oscar has walked and scored. Wide to center, and he is singled and knocked in a run. The pitch is sharply hit down the left field line. It's foul. No balls, 1 strike. So Salazar 1 for 2. Maybe have to be considered for the most valuable player in the All-Star game. The most valuable player will receive the Sports Ticker Star of Stars Award, as selected by the media. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball in for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Josue Matos got a record of 3-1 with 2 saves. The pitch is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, a 2.64 ERA in 22 appearances, as he pitched entirely in relief in the first half of the season for the San Antonio Missions. Here's the 1-2 to Salazar. A line drive looped into left field. That's going to get down and in there. 1 hop to Acevedo, the left fielder, and Salazar making a statement for the most valuable player. Gets his 2nd hit in 3 trips. He's been on 3 times, and it brings up Lance Nix, the center fielder. Nix singled and scored in the first inning, and he's flied to right and he's grounded to second, so he's 1 for 3. The scoreboard is sponsored by Dunning & Dunning Certified Public Accountants. Here's the pitch to the left-hand batter. It's low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. In American League action in the top of the 7th inning in Chicago, the White Sox are leading the Boston Red Sox 4-2. Off first base is Salazar with 2 outs. The 1-0, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. In Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, the Kansas City Royals making a bid to gain a game on the Minnesota Twins lead the Twins by a score of 5-0 in the bottom of the 6th. If they win, they would be 3 games back in the Central Division of the American League. The 1-1. Bouncing ball foul. First base side by Nelson Lariano, Wranglers hitting instructor and the first base coach for the All-Star game. And Anaheim scheduled at Seattle later on, and there's no score. That game is yet to start. In National League action down in Miami, Florida Marlins shut out the New York Mets 1-0. The pitch, off-speed pitch, in there for a strike, and Nix is caught looking to close things out in the bottom of the 7th inning. For the East, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left on. The score at the end of 7 full innings of play. The East Division All-Stars 4 and the West Division Stars 1. Listening to the Texas League All-Star Game on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
I can't even believe it. The other car, it just came out of nowhere.
Are you okay? Do you need an ambulance?
It all happened so fast.
It's okay. Okay, someone will be right over to pick you up.
You don't know how much this means.
Everything's gonna be all right.
Oh, thank you.
The response to Farmers' exclusive Help Point service has been remarkable. The moment the unexpected happens, we're here for you 24/7. Farmers, get you back where you belong.
See Mike Hyde, Alan Connor, Willie Rickert, Larry Birchfield, or Steve Poore. The Kansas Air National Guard is looking for you to help defend our state and our nation. Join the Kansas Air National Guard and receive up to $42,000 towards college and a $5,000 signing bonus if you qualify. You can also earn valuable college-accredited training and a chance to see the world. All of this with only a commitment of 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year. Want to know more? Then call the 184th Air Refueling Wing at McConnell Air Force Base at 1-800-892-5264 for the Kansas Air National Guard.
This is Mary from Wildwood Cellars, and I'm talking to you today about elderberry juice concentrate. It's a powerful antiviral. It's been used for thousands of years for upper respiratories, coughs, colds, flus, asthma, arthritis, diabetes, intestinal problems, all kinds of things. Come down and see it, try it, and find out how good it is for your health, and don't deal with those summer allergies and colds. Come down and see us at Wildwood Cellars, located just west of the Turnpike exit at Mulvane, Kansas, and in the east end of the Eastgate Shopping Center. And if you want to give us a call, it's 554-WINE.
Top of the 8th inning, the East Division Stars leading the West 4-1. 2003 edition of the Texas League All-Star Game. New pitcher, right-hander Justin Heisman for the East. First pitch is bounced to third. Ball has it. He throws on the money to Corey Hart at first. Round number 1. So Steve Stanley on the first pitch from Justin Heisman bounced to third. He is 3 up, 3 down. Or rather, he has been 3 times to the plate and 3 times has been retired. So 1 out, top of the 8th, and now it's Woody Curry. Mike Curry had been batting in the top of the order 3 times through the 5th, but he was replaced by Matt Allegra, and Allegra standing in, and he takes one inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Allegra went in to play defense in the 6th inning. Right-hand batter. Here's the pitch from Heisman. That's in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. East Stars leading it in the top of the 8th inning. 0-1. 1-1. Is outside and goes to the backstop. 2 balls, 1 strike to Allegra. Allegra 6 feet 3, listed at 210 pounds. Came in hitting at 265 from the first half. And the pitch is inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Allegra, through May, was hitting at he hit 320 in May. And at the end of May was hitting 291. The pitch is blooped into right field. Coming on is Weber, and Jake Weber makes the catch for out number 2. 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning, and that brings up the shortstop, Tommy Whiteman. Tommy Whiteman went in to play shortstop in the 6th inning for the West Division Stars. Pitch from Heisman. Ground ball hit towards second by the second baseman into right field. Base hit, as playing second now for the East is Oscar Salazar, the Wichita Wranglers. And that hit off to his left by about 10 feet. No shot at him to get over there to get the single by Tommy Whiteman. Whiteman on at first with 2 outs, and it brings up Fritz Berg. Well, rather Dan Johnson. Off first base is Whiteman. Here's the pitch, and that's a high hopper towards second. Salazar throws from over near the second base bag to Corey Hart at first. And that is the final out of the top of the 8th inning. So Dan Johnson rounds out second to first. He is now 1 for 4 in the evening. And for the West, at the top of the 8th inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. The score at the end of 7 1/2. The East Division 4 and the West Division Stars 1. You're listening to the Texas League All-Star Game on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
Stop. Before you dig, call 1-800-DIG-SAFE. That's 1-800-344-7233. Buried electric, telephone, and cable lines, gas, oil, and chemical pipelines, and water and sewer lines can be damaged, and so can you. Call 1-800-DIG-SAFE 2 full working days before you begin any excavation. It's fast, it's free, and it's the law. Call 1-800-DIG-SAFE.
For the best in electrical and contracting service in South Central Kansas, call on Bartlett Electric. Bartlett Electric is a hometown contractor, and they can handle a wide variety of projects, residential, commercial, or industrial. Mark Bartlett has been serving the Arkansas City and Winfield areas as a licensed contractor for 8 years. So for the best in quality work, call Bartlett Electric at 620-442-9058, 620-442-9058.
At Horton's Carpets, we carry any kind of floor covering imaginable. We carry cork floor, bamboo floor. We carry wall-to-wall carpet. And all of those floors are installed by our employee installers, and we back that installation as long as you live on it. Horton's Carpets East, Oliver and Pawnee, or Horton's Carpets West, Maple and Ridge.
New pitcher on. It is Shane Bazell in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the first pitch is fouled off. No balls, 1 strike. The ball fouled off by Jake Weber, who went on in to right field for Byron Geddes to play in the 7th inning. Left-hand batter Weber. Here's the pitch from Bazell, and that's low inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Weber plays in the outfield for the Arkansas Travelers. Right-handed to the left-hand batter. It's fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Back to the Dunning & Dunning Certified Public Accountant scoreboard. Bottom of the 9th inning in Cincinnati. The Chicago Cubs leading the Cincinnati Reds 4-3. Here's the 1-2 to Weber. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Weber goes down to start things off in the bottom of the 8th inning for the East Division Stars, who lead it 4-1. And it brings up Brad Hopp. Hopp singled in 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st inning. He's also flied to right, and he has struck out. At Miller Park in Milwaukee, the Cardinals are leading the Milwaukee Brewers 4-1 in the top of the 6th. And in the bottom of the 3rd at Coors Field in Colorado, the pitch is swung on and foul tipped by Hopp. No balls, 1 strike. The Colorado Rockies are leading the San Diego Padres 1-0. Of course, there was no action of the Texas League because of the Texas League All-Star game. No balls, 1 strike to Hopp. Left-hand batter. The pitch is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. The scoreboard has been sponsored by Dunning & Dunning Certified Public Accountants since 1980, helping businesses and individuals keep score so the IRS won't get more. Here's the 1-1. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Marshall McDougall on deck. The shortstop for the East. The East scored 2 runs in the 1st and 2 in the 5th, and 1 for the West in the 2nd inning. So it's 4-1. Pitch. It's a line drive by the dive of the shortstop Whiteman into left center field. Retrieved by Acevedo when he fires it in. But on at first with a 1-out single is Brad Hopp. He is now 2 for 4. And certainly a good candidate, I would believe, for the most valuable player in the All-Star game. On at first is Hopp with 1 out for Marshall McDougall, a right-hand batter who is 0 for 3. McDougall from the Frisco Rough Riders. Hopp being held on at first by A.J. Zapp. The pitch, and that is low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Lazelle, the 7th pitcher for the West. 1-0. That's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lazelle, 6'2", listed at 180 pounds. He is 24 years old. Makes his home in Mississippi in the offseason. set in the 1-1. That's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to McDougal. Mazzell with a record of 3-3 and a 4.43 ERA in the first half of the season. For the Midland Rockhounds, here is the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. An off-speed pitch got McDougal swinging. That is the second strikeout for Mazzell in the bottom of the 8th, and it brings up Jason Dewey, the catcher. Now Dave Brundage, the manager for the West, out to the mound. It looks like we are going to have a pitching change. New pitcher coming in from the bullpen to replace Shane Mazzell. And this call to the bullpen is sponsored by Kansas One Call, reminding you that it only takes one call to notify underground utilities before you dig to prevent underground utility damage, personal injury, or work delays. Dig safely. Call 1-800-DIG-SAFE. You're listening to the Texas League All-Star Game on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
When you go to a car wash, you want it to work, get your car clean, and be fairly priced, and get help if you need it. That's the way they try to do business at Little Joe's Car Washes at 119 South West Street, 8705 West Fraser, and West 21st. The owner's been working with car wash equipment since 1980, and it's his only business. Plus, there's an attendant on hand from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. 7 days a week. Little Joe's Car Washes, just $5 for a double wash and wax. At 119 South West Street, 8705 West Fraser, and West 21st.
Where you get your car fixed reflects on you. People who take their vehicle to an independent service center that installs AC Delco automotive parts are highly intelligent. Oh yes, AC Delco parts meet the highest standards in the industry for just about every vehicle. So get your car taken care of the right way the first time. Go to an independent service center that installs AC Delco parts. If you don't, we'd like to say it reflects well on you, but that would violate the truth in advertising laws. AC Delco, when the right way is the only way.
The new pitcher on is right-hander Brian Bruni. Bruni from the El Paso Diablos. Pitch is swung on and missed. From the catcher for the East, Jason Dewey, came on to catch in the 7th inning after pinch hitting for Ryan Buddy in the 6th inning. Dewey, right-hand batter, walked his first time up. It's the pitch from Bruni, and that is out of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. On at first base with 2 outs is Brad Hopp. Here's the pitch, and that is a strike in the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shane Mazzell, when he was in there, gave up a hit in 2/3 innings. Still responsible for Hopp on at first base. He did strike out 2, however, the pitch is out of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Did not walk anyone. Rooney, the 8th pitcher for the West Stars. Our first Hop. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball. Oh, strike 3. West Division Stars struck out the side in the bottom of the 8th inning for the East. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. The score at the end of 8 innings. It is the East Division Stars 4 and the West Division Stars 1. Listening to the Texas League All-Star Game on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
Some things in life just don't fit. Wives and fishing trips, vegetarians and pig roasts, rodeo bulls named Fluffy. But there is one thing that always fits: Wrangler Cowboy Cut Jeans for Men. Available in original fit, Wrangler Cowboy Cut Jeans are the official jeans of the PRCA. Find Wrangler Cowboy Cut Jeans at Orchland Farm and Home, an official PRCA dealer. Wrangler, for the cowboy in you.
Every day when Jeff opens his garage, he is mindful of how much trust people put in him. So he takes as much care with a customer's car as he does with his own wife's car. He calls each customer to make sure they're satisfied with the work, and the coffee in his waiting room is actually good. For all these reasons and more, we are happy that Jeff insists on selling our parts. We're AC Delco, when the right way is the only way.
I can't even believe it. The other car, it just came out of nowhere.
Are you okay? Do you need an ambulance?
It all happened so fast.
It's okay. Someone will be right over to pick you up.
You don't know how much this means.
Everything's going to be all right.
Oh, thank you.
The response to Farmers' exclusive Help Point service has been remarkable. The moment the unexpected happens, we're here for you 24/7. Farmers, get you back where you belong.
Your Farmers agents include Davidson Pham, Craig Killian, Delvin Holdeman, and Dwayne O'Hara.
The new pitcher for the East Division Stars in the top of the ninth inning is Spike Lundberg. Will try to close things down for the East, leading it by a score of 4-1. Lundberg, right-hand pitcher, 6'1", listed at 180 pounds. Lundberg with 14 saves for the East. As Lundberg is tied for second in the Texas League in saves with the 14 saves, with a record of 1 win and 3 losses and a 2.57 ERA. The first pitch is a fly ball slicing down the right field line. Over goes the right fielder Weber in foul territory. He won't get there. The ball fell in the bullpen down the right field side. No balls, 1 strike. To the leadoff hitter, Craig Ansman. Now we've got a pinch hitter for the West. It is Jim Horner, catcher. Pinch hitting for Craig Ansman. Right-hand batter. Here's the pitch to him, and it's fouled at the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. Horner's 6 feet, listed at 210 pounds. Here's the 0-2. Fly ball down the left field line. Could be trouble. Brad Hoff racing over toward the line. He's going to have to play it on a couple of hops. Fair ball, and cruising into second base with a lead-off double in the top of the ninth inning is Jim Horner.
Your attention, please, fans. We would like you to
So Horner starts things off for the West as they try to come back in the top of the ninth inning. Trailing 4-1. Horner, the right-handed hitting catcher for the San Antonio Missions. He was hitting .354 in the first half for the Missions. They had 3 home runs and 22 RBIs. So he came through in the clutch, and now it's A.J. Zapp, the big first baseman, against Mike Lundberg. The pitch. Ground ball sharply hit foul down the first base side. No balls, 1 strike. Zapp with 1 hit in 3 trips. That was an infield hit in the 4th inning. He's also struck out and grounded into a double play. Lundberg doesn't like his lumber anymore, so he goes back to the dugout on the first base side and gets another stick. On at second with nobody out is Horner, with the East leading at 4-1. Top of the ninth inning, last chance for the West. Here's the 0-1. In for a strike, no balls, 2 strikes. Lundberg, relief pitcher for the Frisco Rough Riders. 23 appearances in the first half, all in relief. The 0-2. Strike 3 call. Right over the plate, a little bit toward the outside part, around the knees. So Zapp is caught looking. Second time he is struck out. And it brings up Justin Leone, third baseman for the West. He singled in the second, walked in the 4th, and he flied to right in the 7th. Lives in Las Vegas, Nevada in the offseason. Look back at second base. The pitch is in for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. To Lundberg. Lundberg in the first half only pitched 28 innings. Surrendered 28 hits. The opponents hit .269 against him. He had super control, though. Walked 6 and struck out 29. The 0-1, low. 1 ball, 1 strike. So less than 2 batters per 9 innings walked by Lundberg. He struck out better than a batter an inning for the Rough Riders. won the first half championship in the East. Pitch strike from the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good job of framing that ball by Jason Dewey. As the pitch smacked into the glove, he quickly moved it toward the outside corner. Now, it may have been a strike anyway. Here's the 1-2. Bouncing ball towards short. McDougal in. Throws to first, and he gets it. Leone. Moving over to third base in the ground ball to short is Horner. He's there with 2 outs, however, and it brings up Anthony Acevedo. Acevedo started the game in right field, and then in the 5th inning he switched over to left. Left-hand batter came in hitting at .319. Went to college at Fresno State. Off third base is Horner. 2 outs. East 1 out away from the win. Pitch is high. 1 ball, no strikes. Last year's All-Star game played at the Dell Diamond in Round Rock. Ended up a 3-3 tie as it went 10 innings. Here's the 1-0. That's in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. That game, the East had a 3-0 lead at one point. But the West got 2 in the 7th and 1 in the 8th to tie it. And finally it went into 10 innings, and that was as far as you went. Here's the 1-1. Ripped down the first base side, got by Corey Hart. Went down to the right field corner. Scoring is Horner, and over to second base is Acevedo. It's now a 4-2 ball game. See how that is ruled. It's going to be ruled a base hit. It was a wicked smash down the first baseline. That skipped on by Corey Hart. 1 short hop. And it's ruled a double for Acevedo when he has an RBI as Horner scored from third. So it's now a 4-2 game, and the potential tying run at the plate in the person of Jose Lopez, who was 0 for 3. The pitch from Lundberg is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Lopez struck out in the 2nd. Popped to short in the 4th, and grounded to second in the 7th. Here's the 1-0. That's low. 2 balls, no strikes. Lopez with 5 home runs in the first half. He hit at .275, had 35 RBIs. Here's the 2-0. Popped up in the middle of the infield. This should be the final out. The catcher, Jason Dewey, makes the catch about 15 feet up the first baseline in foul territory. And that is the ball game. As the East Division Stars beat the West in the 2003 edition of the All-Star Game in the Texas League by a score of 4-2. In the top of the 9th inning for the West Division Stars, they got 1 run on 2 doubles. Both of the hits were doubles in the 9th. No errors and 1 man left. So the final score in the 2003 edition of the Texas League All-Star Game from Lawrence Dumont Stadium in Wichita, the East Division Stars 4 and the West Division Stars 2. We'll be back after these messages with the Grace Baptist Church postgame show. You're listening to the 2003 Texas League All-Star Game on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
In 1928, Amelia Earhart was flying around the world. In 1929, Wall Street was having its troubles, and Kellogg Buck Furniture was just starting a family tradition in Wichita. At Kellogg Buck, you'll find sofas from $5.99 and queen-size mattresses and box springs from $2.74. Many furniture stores make empty promises, but Kellogg Buck Furniture delivers. Kellogg Buck Furniture at 924 West Douglas. Quality furniture at very low prices. Simply the best since 1929.
When you go to a car wash, you want it to work, get your car clean, and be fairly priced, and get help if you need it. That's the way they try to do business at Little Joe's Car Washes at 119 South West Street, 8705 West Fraser, and West 21st. The owner's been working with car wash equipment since 1980, and it's his only business. Plus, there's an attendant on hand from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. 7 days a week. Little Joe's Car Washes, just $5 for a double wash and wax. At 119 South West Street, 8705 West Fraser, and West 21st. There's something for everyone at Bright Leaf Tobacconists, located in Town East and Town West Square in Wichita. Brightleaf has a wide array of goodies for guys and gals, including the best selection of Zippo lighters in Kansas. You can also find the perfect wedding gift, as well as a great assortment of domino and chess sets. Where can you find classic candles made right in Valley Center? At Brightleaf Tobacconists, Town East and Town West in Wichita.
Stop. Before you dig, call 1-800-DIG-SAFE. That's 1-800-344-7233. Buried electric, telephone, and cable lines, gas, oil, and chemical pipelines, and water and sewer lines can be damaged, and so can you. Call 1-800-DIG-SAFE 2 full working days before you begin any excavation. It's fast, it's free, and it's the law. Call 1-800-DIG-SAFE. The best way to get away from it all is to actually get away. And the Coleman Company, with over a 100-year tradition of camping equipment, makes and sells products for the outdoors, whether that be backpacking or grilling in the backyard. The latest and oldest Coleman products are under one roof at the Coleman Factory Outlet and Museum. It has a full line of Coleman products and over 100 years of Coleman products in history. They even repair Coleman burning appliances. The Coleman Factory Outlet and Museum, 235 North St. Francis in Wichita. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, and Saturday, 9 to 1. Fazoli's, America's favorite Italian restaurant, serves more guests than any other Italian restaurant. They have authentic Italian food made fresh 3 times a day with unlimited breadsticks and oven-baked subs. Eat and relax in their dining area, or on your busy nights, use the drive-thru. Fazoli's averages only 1 minute per customer. Tuesday night is Kids Night with kids meals for 99 cents from 5 to 8 and kids movies. Fazoli's, located at North Rock and 96 and Central and Tyler, fully staffed and ready to serve you.
You want your health insurance to provide confidence, the peace of mind delivered by the health insurance company more Kansans trust than any other. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas provides confidence, helping secure a healthy family future from a long-term health insurance partner, one dedicated to Kansas. Live life with confidence when you're covered with Blue. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas. It's what you want when you need it. An independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Stay tuned for the Grace Baptist Church post-game show. Grace Baptist Church, a place whose main concern is meeting your need. Join them for worship at 1414 West Pawnee, or visit their website at www.graceforyou.net.
Rick Page with Brian Goldberg back at Lawrence Dumont Stadium in Wichita, Kansas, as the East Division All-Stars have beaten the West Division All-Stars in the 2003 Texas League All-Star game by the score of 4-2. The line score for the East Division, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors, they left 6 men on base. For the West Division, 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, they left 6 men on base. The winning pitcher, the starter for the East, Jimmy Gobble, a save for Spike Lundberg, who closed it down in the top of the 9th inning for the East. The losing pitcher, the starter for the West Division, Red Johnson, who gave up 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st inning. And that was the difference as things got started on the wrong foot for the West Division, with the East Division getting 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st. The time of the game, only 1 hour and 58 minutes, played before 2,583 fans at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. We'll be back with more of the Grace Baptist Church post-game show after these messages. You're listening to the Texas League All-Star Game on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
What in the world is God doing? An interesting question. Most would say, who can know? But at Grace Baptist Church, it's their desire to help you learn what God is doing in your life. Their stated mission is meeting your need. Every week they share the good news that God loves you. You're invited to join them at 1414 West Pawnee, just west of Seneca. For more information, you can call 264-6644 or visit the website at graceforyou.net. Senior Pastor Michael Donald looks forward to seeing you at their services.
Where you get your car fixed reflects on you. People who take their vehicle to an independent service center that installs AC Delco Automotive parts are highly intelligent. Oh yeah, this. AC Delco parts meet the highest standards in the industry for just about every vehicle. So get your car taken care of the right way the first time. Go to an independent service center that installs AC Delco parts. If you don't, we'd like to say it reflects well on you, but that would violate the truth in advertising laws. AC Delco, when the right way is the only way.
I can't even believe it. The other car, it just came out of nowhere.
Are you okay? Do you need an ambulance?
It all happened so fast.
It's okay. Someone will be right over to pick you up.
You don't know how much this means.
Everything's going to be all right.
Oh, thank you.
The response to Farmers' exclusive Help Point service has been remarkable. The moment the unexpected happens, we're here for you 24/7. Farmers, get you back where you belong.
See Tony Cope, James Dill, Jeff Steinkruger, Ernie Webb, and Robert Aldrop.
Solutions to your marketing ideas start at Total Printing Solutions. Their trained consultants help you from goal setting to final production. Total Printing Solutions, in their 24th year of service in Wichita, now offers barcoded mailings and advertising specialties. Their promotional product showroom includes over 600,000 ideas. Get results that exceed your expectations. That's the Total Printing Solutions guarantee. Call 264-1612 to speak with a representative for a no-obligation consultation and a free estimate. Total Printing Solutions, just east of Old Town on Douglas.
Fireworks at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Following the All-Star game, won by the East by a score of 4-2. On the Grace Baptist Church postgame show. And that is the fireworks, loud display of fireworks after the All-Star game, won by the East Division by a score of 4-2. And the hometown hero of the game is sponsored by Hometown Buffet. Hometown Buffet, with a wide variety of dishes for different tastes and ages, located at 6820 West Central and 6160 East Central in Wichita. Brian Goldberg had an opportunity to speak with our hometown hero. Let's listen in.
Thank you very much, Rick. Our hometown hero in the 2003 Texas League All-Star Game was the starting pitcher for the Texas League East squad and a Wichita Wrangler, Jimmy Gobble. First of all, Jimmy, just getting a chance to go out there and start an all-star game on as high a level of this in professional baseball. What was that experience like going out on this mound that you've gone on to so many times before?
Well, I mean, starting off, I was a little nervous. Everything was kind of happening really quick, and, once I settled down in those warm-up pitches and started throwing a couple of strikes, I felt a lot better. But, I mean, it's just a fun experience, just going out there and being able to compete, and with this caliber of talent, it was a really fun experience, and it's something I'll always remember.
Is it nice having some talented guys like Ramon Navarre and, of course, Brad Hopp back you up instead of hitting against you?
Oh, for sure. We had a great great outfield, great infield. Everything was going smooth, and we played really well.
Usually in an all-star game, the players will say the best part of it for them is the camaraderie with the other players that you're usually competing with during the year. Of course, you're very competitive. You probably don't even want to look at most of these guys during the year. But was that the best part for you?
Well, when I start, I'm a totally different guy, and I take my job pretty seriously. But, getting to know these guys is really fun, and it's definitely an experience I remember, like I said. And, you just get to know people and just the whole fun and everything that went on these past 2 days was really fun experience, and, you can learn from it. I mean, just realizing, that all the things that we do, you actually get paid for, and, it was just a fun experience. I really enjoyed it.
Well, it was certainly a pleasure going out there, watching you get the win in this ball game, and, of course, all the other great pitchers of the Texas League. Kind of a nice way to cop off last season that was a little bit disappointing for you, kind of starting again at the top. Jimmy, thank you so much for the visit, and we'll see you at the start of this second half of the Texas League season.
Thank you very much.
Jimmy Gobble, our guest. Now back up to you, Rick.
And for being our hometown hero of the game, Jimmy Gobble will receive dinner for two at Hometown Buffet. Hometown Buffet with a wide variety of dishes for different tastes and ages, located at 6820 West Central and 6160 East Central in Wichita. We'll be back with more of the Grace Baptist Church postgame show after these messages. You're listening to the 2003 edition of the Texas League All-Star Game on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
How safe is your family? Don't wonder. Call Smart Security and Investigations at 264-1177. Call the professionals at Smart Security and Investigations and get started securing your loved ones and investments. They also offer security professionals, process serving, bail bonding, and background checks. Smart Security and Investigation, licensed, bonded, and insured. Call anytime at 264-1177. Stop. Before you dig, call 1-800-DIG-SAFE. That's 1-800-344-7233. Buried electric, telephone, and cable lines, gas, oil, and chemical pipelines, and water and sewer lines can be damaged, and so can you. Call 1-800-DIG-SAFE 2 full working days before you begin any excavation. It's fast, it's free, and it's the law. Call 1-800-DIG-SAFE.
We know at Horton's Carpet that you can go anywhere to buy floor covering. We also know the biggest problem you're going to experience is a poor installation. Why not shop the one floor store in Wichita and most of the entire country that has its own employee installers come to your home? We back that installation for as long as you live on it. Horton's Carpets. Horton's Carpets East, Oliver and Pawnee, or Horton's Carpets West, Maple and Ridge.
Some things in life just don't fit. Wives and fishing trips, vegetarians and pig roasts, rodeo bulls named Fluffy. But there is one thing that always fits: Wrangler Cowboy Cut Jeans for Men. Available in original fit, Wrangler Cowboy Cut Jeans are the official jeans of the PRCA. Find Wrangler Cowboy Cut Jeans at Orchland Farm and Home, an official PRCA dealer. Wrangler, for the cowboy in you.
Rick Page with Brian Goldberg back at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. The East Division All-Stars beat the West Division All-Stars 4-2 this evening in the 2003 Texas League All-Star Game. Jimmy Gobble got the start for the East. Jimmy Gobble from the Wichita Wranglers, and he was our hometown hero of the game as Jimmy got the win. And Red Johnson got the start for the West Division. Two top-notch pitchers in the Texas League in the first half. In the top of the first inning, Jimmy Gobble was able to get the West after a single to start things off by Mike Curry. He got the next two batters, and also Mike Curry was thrown out trying to steal. However, there was some action in the bottom of the first inning. After Navarre struck out, Oscar Salazar of the Wranglers walked, and Lance Nix of the Rough Riders singled him to second base. A ground ball by Byron Geddes of the Wranglers moved the runners up to second and third, and that brought up left-hand batter from the Tulsa Drillers, the left fielder, Brad Hopp.
Line drive. Left field, a base hit. That was for Salazar. Heading for the plate is Lance Nix. Here comes the throw. He slides in, and he is safe. As Greg Insman tried to block the plate, but just getting the foot in there on the plate was Lance Nix. And the East Division Stars lead it by a score of 2-0. So Brad Hopp, who was selected as the most valuable player and also the Sports Ticker Star of Stars for this evening's ball game with that RBI single knocked in 2 runs. He also got a hit later on and was 2 for 4. So he was the Sports Ticker Star of Stars award winner for this evening's game. But it was 2-0 at the end of 1 inning of play. In the top of the second inning, the slugging catcher for the
El Paso Diablos led things off for the West Division. The 2-1 is a drive to deep left center field by the catcher, and that ball is going to be off the scoreboard in left center field. A home run for Craig Ansman, the catcher of the West Division Stars, who blasted that one out of the ballpark where it's just about 390 feet and off the upper part of the scoreboard. So a long clout by Ansman. Ansman, with his home run, made it a 2-1 ball game in the top of the second inning. Score remained that way until the bottom of the fifth. With one out, Corey Hart of the Wichita Wranglers singled to start it off. He moved to second base in a ground ball by the third baseman, another Wrangler, Justin Gamal. So Corey was on at second base, and that brought up Ramon Navarre.
Pitch is grounded pretty close to that second base bag into center field, the base hit. Stanley's charging. Corey Hart rounds third and comes home to score. The throw will go in towards first base, and it gets by the first baseman Zapp. Navarre will go up to second base on the throwing error, and the Texas League East squad adds a run. They now lead the West by a count of 3-1.
So a clutch single by Ramon Navarre, 3-1 the score. On an error, he moved down to second base. He stole third, so with two outs, he was on at third base for the Wichita Wranglers infielder, Oscar Salazar.
Salazar is grounded into left field, the base hit. Walking home from third base is Ramon Navarre, and the East squad now leads this game by a count of 4-1.
So the East Division with 2 runs in the bottom of the fifth inning. At that point, the way things were working with the pitching, well, had a pretty commanding lead, 4-1. And the score remained that way until the top of the ninth inning, when Jim Horner led it off with a double for the West. However, Spike Lundberg was on trying to get the save, struck out A.J. Zapp, the slugging first baseman of the San Antonio Missions. He then got Justin Leone to bounce to short, and on the ground ball, Horner moved to third base with 2 outs, and then Anthony Acevedo doubled in Jim Horner to make it a 4-2 ball game. However, Jose Lopez then popped out to the catcher Jason Dewey to close out the top of the ninth inning and give the win to the East Division Stars. So the East Division won the Texas League All-Star Game of 2003 by the score of 4-2. We'll be back with more of the Grace Baptist Church postgame show after these messages. You're listening to the Texas League All-Star Game on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
Every day when Jeff opens his garage, he is mindful of how much trust people put in him. So he takes as much care with a customer's car as he does with his own wife's car. He calls each customer to make sure they're satisfied with the work, and the coffee in his waiting room is actually good. For all these reasons and more, we are happy that Jeff insists on selling our parts. We're AC Delco, when the right way is the only way.
I can't even believe it. The other car, it just came out of nowhere.
Are you okay? Do you need an ambulance?
It all happened so fast.
It's okay. Someone will be right over to pick you up.
You don't know how much this means.
Everything's going to be all right.
Oh, thank you.
The response to Farmers' exclusive Help Point service has been remarkable. The moment the unexpected happens, we're here for you 24/7. Farmers, get you back where you belong.
Your Farmers agents include Bill Cowsill, Dave Blanding, Stan Childs, Lindsay Kutzinger, and Dave Wolf.
The Wranglers are a hit with the kids at Heartspring. Thanks to the Wranglers, their fans, and supporters, the kids at the Growing Place at Heartspring can get the therapies that they need through the Heartspring Financial Assistance Fund. The Growing Place at Heartspring provides therapies to help kids with speaking, hearing, learning, moving, and behaving. Together, we can score a home run for children.
For breakfast, lunch, or to relax in between, enjoy Squeak's Daylight Donuts at North Waco and Murdoch. Squeak's offers rolls, turnovers, low-fat muffins, cookies, and as one customer of over 20 years said, the best donuts in town. Why, she offered? Because they are made with tender, loving care, and they taste wonderful. And for lunch, Squeak's provides sandwiches like your mom used to make, plus homemade soup daily. Squeak's Daylight Donuts at North Waco and Murdoch.
Rick Page with Brian Goldberg back at Lawrence Dumont Stadium in Wichita, Kansas, as the East Division All-Stars have beaten the West Division All-Stars in the 2003 Texas League All-Star game this evening by a score of 4-2. The winning pitcher again, Jimmy Gobble, the Wichita Wrangler southpaw, and Spike Lundberg got the save as he came on in relief in the ninth inning. The loser, Rhett Johnson of the San Antonio Missions, as he was the starter for the West. Tomorrow is a day off in the Texas League, and then the second half of the season in the Texas League gets underway on Wednesday, the 18th of June, with all the teams expected to be in action. For the Wichita Wranglers, they will open up a 12-game homestand at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. The first 4 games against the Frisco Rough Riders, then a day off on Sunday the 22nd, and then 4 games against the El Paso Diablos, and then 4 games against the Midland Rockhounds. The first game on the 18th of June is Guard Sports Make a Deal and All You Can Eat Wednesdays. The Thursday game in that series is Beer for a Buck featuring Rolling Rock. And then Friday evening's game is Jimmy Buffett Night and Fireworks expected. And then on the final game of the Frisco Rough Riders series here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium on the 21st, it is Wilbur's Birthday Bash and Fireworks, sponsored by LSI Logic. Then again, Sunday is a day off at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. The El Paso Diablos start a 4-game series on the 23rd on Monday, and that is Sterling Silver Premium Meets Free Ticket Night. And you can get free general admission tickets at Dillon's locations. So a great opportunity to see the Wichita Wranglers for no charge, free, right here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. And so, for Brian Goldberg and our engineer Gordon Johnson back in the studios of Oldies 93.5 KWME, and all the other members of the Wichita Wranglers staff who helped to make this broadcast of the 2003 edition of the Texas League All-Star Game possible, this is Rick Page hoping you have a good night. Reminding you once again the final score on the Texas League All-Star Game in 2003 from Lawrence Dumont Stadium: the East Division All-Stars 4 and the West Division All-Stars 2. Good night, everybody.
And that's today's Grace Baptist Church postgame show. Grace Baptist Church, a place whose main concern is meeting your need. Join them for worship at 1414 West Pawnee, or visit their website at www.graceforyou.net.
Hear that Wrangler thunder. Feel that Wrangler beat. Wichita Wranglers baseball. Stampede.
Thanks so much for joining us for Wichita Wranglers Baseball on Oldies 93.5. Wranglers Baseball has been brought to you in part by Squeak's Daylight Donuts, AC Delco, the Greater Wichita Area Sports Commission, Wildwood Cellars Winery and Gifts, Smart Security and Investigations Incorporated, Bright Leaf Tobacconists, Heartland Research Associates LLC, Associated Lumber and Supply Incorporated, SJ Pro Financial and Investment Planning, Total Printing Solutions, Kellogg Buck Furniture, Heartspring, and by Little Joe's Car Washes. Be sure to tune in again for more exciting Wranglers baseball on Oldies 93.5 KWME.
Wichita Wranglers baseball.